Here comes Stansbury for Del State. Off balance shot up in the lane is good. Stansbury forcing the action for Del State. We're on the seesaw. 52-50, Del State with a 2-point advantage.
Delaware State definitely playing with a lot of energy. CIAA basketball action.
Gets it over far side. Proper 3-pointers up and good.
Here is where Lincoln is going to be put to the test.
Joe Bryant, deep 3-pointer up and good. Anderson, his 3-pointers up and good.
Pose for the cameras, Mr. Anderson.
The KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime. Any Play Mobile Media Radio broadcast.
It's game night and the excitement is palpable as the number 5 ranked Virginia Union Panthers make their way to Lincoln University. Manuel Ravello Gymnasium is the site to face off against the Lions of Lincoln University. With a 19-5 record, 9-3 in the conference, 6-0 in the division, the Panthers are looking to complete a regular season sweep. But the Lions are determined to turn things around after a tough loss last time out and bring the heat to their home crowd. Remember, the last meeting between these two ended in an intense overtime thriller, with Union coming out on top 74-72. Good evening, everyone. Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, KB, as you'll hear me call her, Mom, just the lady of a million acronyms and names. Uncle Rel Terrell Decree, who always brings us Uncle Rel's halftime, live here on the campus of Lincoln University. I kind of missed Virginia State Saturday. It's a beautiful arena, but back in the loud Manny for the number 1 team in the CIAA, those Panthers of Virginia Union that have been running shot through the conference, in particular this division, not having suffered a loss in their division play this year, versus our Lions of Lincoln University. And KB, as Uncle Rel said, who are those Lions? But these Lions have lost 9 games, is what Coach said, but I'm going to give them 7. Coaches exaggerate. But I'm going to say 7 games by 3 points or less this year in conference.
That is certainly a statistic to ponder. Losing close games like that, sometimes they hurt the worst. When you lose games by 3 points, it's up to that very minute before the outcome is certain. When you're down 10-20, you have a good minute to come to the realization that this one is going into the L column. But I'm happy to be back into the Manny. We had a great time, as you mentioned, at Virginia State. Certainly a beautiful place to play basketball. It was great CIAA Saturday afternoon basketball action. But, this is home for us.
Yeah.
And, the crowd is always lively. You mentioned to me when I came up that you had a conversation with Virginia Union's coach, and he kind of touched on the fact that the crowd here is a factor. It's often the 6th man on the court. But, I wanted to talk a little bit about the positives that I've seen with the Lions. I know we get on them about certain things, but we've seen some improvements. I'm going to start with, Freddie Young, who has become better with each game with distributing the basketball. He had 6 assists last game against Virginia State. We've seen Janai Sanyus Coates come off the bench and really give Coach Armstrong some quality minutes, using his size to get rebounds. Reggie Hudson is the defensive leader of this team. I mean, I've mentioned before how I feel like he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the CIAA. We've seen him really give some of the top scorers fits on the defensive end. And of course, we can't leave out senior Corey Williams, who, we saw him play a very solid, game highlight game in the first half against Virginia State, and sort of have a decline. But we can't deny that this kid has passion for the game. He knows how to get to the basket. He shoots the ball well. Sometimes he can get really hot. Last time in this meeting, he had 6 3-pointers. So Virginia Union is going to be paying close attention to Corey when he has the ball in his hand. So I'm pulling for the Lions tonight. I hope that loss is out of their mind and they're ready to get back into the win column.
Well, hopefully that ride home, long as it was, that they took it and it wore out of their system. We're going to go to the third member of our broadcast group. It's always good to have, Uncle Rel. And Uncle Rel, if you're there, Virginia Union, Lincoln Union, the big dog in the CIAA. Seems like we've been saying that for almost 30 years. But they're in town tonight, and they are looking to handle their business against the Lincoln Lions, Uncle Rel.
Oh, man. Good evening, and Kia, and to the KRSB listeners. And you're exactly right. The Virginia Union Panthers have been a staple in collegiate basketball, and we always call their name a great program. I'll be more intrigued in the Manny tonight to see how fast of a start offensively the Lions get. They've been able to play well with all of the competition defensively, but they need to get started earlier. The game will be a referendum to the first half. It's either Virginia Union comes in and plays well and offensively can pull away, or we get that Jekyll and Hyde Lincoln University Lions team that plays well and somehow can stymie the offense of the opponent. I'll be interested to see how they mix it up in the half court, and it'll be important, as I always like to say, get to the charity stripe and get free points. That'll be how you can squeeze it out in the end. But I'm excited. Definitely Virginia Union with something to prove, being that they squeaked away with one. They'll be ready to try to enforce their will, and we're going to see exactly what kind of home court presence the Lions have. I'm excited as always. Great to be with you all. Let's bring it to the audience. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Uncle Rel. And Jekyll and Hyde, let's see if this home crowd does not let the Jekyll come out, and it can be more of Dr. Hyde in front of the crowd. We talked about Lincoln and Virginia Union. Virginia Union is led by Robert Osborne, the 6'5" senior out of Richmond, Virginia. He paces the way for them, KB. We saw him in Atlanta doing his thing at the ATL Has Something to Say challenge. They actually lost the game. We saw one of the rare losses that Union had this year against Lemoyne Owen and Bonzi Wells' team.
Right.
But everything starts and begins for Coach Jay Butler's Panthers with Osborne.
Yeah, Osborne is the leader of this team. The last meeting between these two teams, he put up 26 points and 11 rebounds, which is huge. And he earned it going against this Lions defense. I watched a little bit of film on him against Winston-Salem State University, and one play where he just grabbed the rebound and went coast to coast and jammed it, flushed it home. So he's a baller, and he's going to require a lot of attention from Lincoln. Everybody on the floor is going to have to be ready to help on defense against this veteran forward. So, Lincoln's got an assignment tonight, but we've seen them play some of their best basketball against some of the better CIAA teams, Claflin, Fayetteville. So we know that they're built for it. It's all about putting all of the positive things that they have going for them together to grab this win tonight.
All right, so about 13-12 away from tip-off. Men are warming up as we get ready to bring you CIAA North basketball action. Congratulations to the Lionesses of Lincoln University as they defeated the Lady Panthers, and that game ended just a little bit later than expected. So the men are out on the court warming up. So we'll take a quick 90-second break. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back. We'll break down this game a lot more. Uncle Rel, I think I saw Lucius, and I got to go smack Lucius. So you are listening to the KRSB Network. We'll be back right after this.
As an HBCU athlete, you have a perspective that can help others. At KRSB Network, we want to hear your story and share it with the world. Whether it's your favorite moment, the years you participated, or how your HBCU prepared you for life, we want to hear your story.
Invest in your future now. Enjoy the luxurious lifestyles of wealth building and financial literacy with stocks versus.
Didn't they blow a big lead against Lemoyne?
NIL intern and collaborator program for high school and college student athletes. To schedule an interview, you must complete the Stocks versus Sneakers market survey. Text Bank on IL to 833-663-1586 for more information. That's Bank on IL to 833-663-1586 for more information. Attention all sports fans. Are you ready for in-depth coverage of historically Black college and university sports and professional sports? Look no further than HBCU Pro Sports Media Association. We're a national media organization dedicated to covering the stories and achievements of HBCU student athletes and pro players. As a member, you'll have access to a community of local and national Black journalists, all working together to increase coverage of HBCU programs. Join us today. Be a part of the Legion of HBCU and pro sports reporters. Visit us at hbcuprosportsmedia.com and stay informed on the latest HBCU and pro sports news.
Everyone loves representing their HBCU. Let us show you how Fly Codes can help you feel like a game. For the best selection in HBCU apparel, visit flycodesapparel.com. Live Fly.
Hey y'all, this is Lincoln Valley. You're listening to KRSB Network. Anytime, any play, any play.
And welcome back to the Manny Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Terrell Decree, Lincoln University, taking on the top seed, the Panthers of Virginia Union University. It's appropriate. Lincoln, tough defeat this past Saturday. We don't need to relive that one, KB. Fun game, but I think we've tortured these Lions enough, Uncle Rel, so we don't have to relive that. But here's a perfect opportunity for them to come alive against a team that we've seen lose a game, and that was against Lemoyne Owen in Atlanta in November, albeit that was last year.
Right.
But we've seen them lose a game in which they were up by a lot of points. So it can be done. Uncle Rel talked about something, KB, and I was speaking to Coach Jason Armstrong. He said we have to do a better job of making foul shots. He said if we miss over 10 foul shots, we just hit a few of those, it's a different ball game.
Foul shooting has, always been a deciding factor in games, especially closely contested games like we saw on Saturday. Corey Williams, just highlighting him for a minute, shoots 80% from the line, but he only went to the line 3 times on Saturday. Normally, he's at the line at least, 9 or 10 times. So it's important that, he doesn't try to oversell it, that it's really a foul, because a lot of times, you touched on it, the ref's whistle can go silent. And sometimes when you talk too much to the ref, they can start to tune you out a little bit. So it's important to, stay focused on the job at hand and not complain too much to the referees.
All right, so let's take a look at what's happening tonight in CIAA land. You got the Claflin Panthers taking on the Rams of Winston-Salem State. That game should be underway down in Winston-Salem.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Fayetteville State, Livingston. That game could be interesting, or it could be one that's like watching a pot of water boil.
No, thank you.
That game 7:30 as well down in Salisbury. Elizabeth City State, the Vikings come up north and they make their way closer to Lincoln as they take on the Bulldogs of Bowie State University. And that game there, kind of wonder, because Elizabeth City State's are kind of team that you don't really know who they are.
They're a little bit of a wild card.
Right.
Yeah, definitely a wild card team, much like these Lions. Probably on paper, no one would have given Lincoln a chance to really do what they did against Claflin, but they came in here, thinking that this was going to be an easy win, and Lincoln put it on them.
Really did. So, about 6:40, Okarel, why don't you tease us a little bit and tell us a little about Okarel's corner at halftime? What can we expect? We'll talk about it some more.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure, Owen Key. Well, I can tell you what, on Uncle Rel's Corner, we will be touching base on all things historically black colleges and universities. As always, we'll talk to Eddie George, who was on Club Shay Shay, talking about the status of his Tennessee State football program. Shannon Sharp wanted to discuss the historically black college experience with them, so we'll talk about that segment. And also, again, all things local, even though we're up in the Keystone State, we'll highlight Virginia Union sophomore Jada Byers, who picked up some more hardware in that amazing record-breaking season that he had this year down in Richmond. We'll talk about that as well. And we're going to touch base with Wilberforce University, who after 80 years is adding a baseball program. Wow. And you'll be surprised to find out which major league team is helping out with that. All that and more on Uncle Rel's Corner right here on the KRSB Network. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Uncle Rel. Make sure you stay tuned. That will start immediately at the half, Uncle Rel's Corner. We also have the owner of Stocks versus Sneakers, guys, Kevin Trey Bell. We'll touch in with him and talk to him over the phone for halftime to go along with that. He's part of this NIL deal and talking about financial freedom for these athletes and students of our HBCUs and wanting to go. So it feels like these games, pre-games, get longer and longer.
Right.
Longer and longer.
Yeah, but the pre-game kind of gives me and you and I an opportunity to look at some of the faces across the CIAA. And, we do a lot of reading and see them on paper, but to actually, see if their size, it matches up to what the paper says. We talk about the fabrications across the CIAA of 6'8", 6'9", and then when you see them in real time, they look all of 6'4", but this Virginia Union team is the truth. I haven't seen one lie detected yet.
It's the truth, Uncle Rel. And I will not mention the coaches that said that they believe that this Union team could beat a couple of teams in the SWAC and yet.
Wishful thinking. That's great. Wishful thinking. We love it. You should be confident. I know one thing. Oh, we don't have insurance for you to be getting a squabble with Lucia, so tighten up tonight.
I know. I got my sneakers in my bag, Uncle Rel, just in case it goes down. Switch out the heels.
Yeah. Uncle Rel, I will tell you and the audience, I'm seated the furthest inside the press box. So just to give you a visual reference, those of you listening, Lincoln has an old school hockey press box, which is nice. They have a fan on here tonight. It's kind of crazy. No, you don't really feel it, but I feel it.
I feel
a little breeze.
I feel it.
But
I'm in a shot at me that I don't feel it. Oh.
We don't have insurance for KB's assault on O tonight. But I
I
am
know.
seeing,
Hey, your eyes gonna glaze over seeing that furry mascot. Stay focused, though.
but I am sitting literally the furthest inside the box. Lincoln TV is in here as well. Um, but I'm not gonna be bothering Lucius. At least I won't advertise it. So, but let's talk about tonight. I see a lot of pink, KB. A lot of pink. And when you see pink, you know, it makes you think of the breast cancer awareness. And they have faith, hope hanging through the entrance to the my right, your right, the door entrance that way, and balloons. And although that balloon can need a little bit of air, but some balloons. Let's talk about what this night means here on the campus of Lincoln University and all of the pink significance of it.
Right. So each season, these teams all take a night to honor and recognize breast cancer awareness with the Dig Pink game. We saw it. We were here for the football coverage of it, for the volleyball coverage of it. Now it's basketball turn. And as many of you, well, not many of you know, but I am a breast cancer survivor. So this is a cause that's very near and dear to my heart. Not just for women, especially for women of color, because we are diagnosed less often than our counterparts, but unfortunately we die from it at a much higher rate. So I encourage everyone, especially those of a melanated hue, to get out, get your mammograms annually, do your self exams, encourage your aunts, encourage your sisters and your cousins to do the same. It's important that we stay on top of it.
Yes, definitely stay on top of it. We love KB. We are so glad that she is a survivor, and she is a trooper. She's a definite trooper. And took a lot. I know how difficult that was for you. And then there's a piece of this that we can't even bring to words. But we are glad to have you here, KB, because this is the baddest female broadcaster. The baddest female broadcaster. And a couple of you fellas, it's at least 7 of you going down.
Oh,
at least 7. And for the 8th and the 9th, you may push it down, but you want to lose your kneecaps.
Well, I love being one of the ladies of KRSB. It's been such a pleasure to be with my family, my brothers, and do the things that we love to do, which include being at CIAA basketball games on a Thursday night.
No better way to spend, Back in our day, and I could talk about it because no young folks, it's just us three.
Yeah.
On the Thursday night, it was Martin, New York Undercover.
But prior to that, it was the Cosby Show.
Cosby Show,
Different World.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So, and this is KRSB Network. So all of you Cos haters and all of that, I'm talking about it next. But we are finally getting close to tip off, and let's talk about the starting lineups for the Panthers of Virginia Union. They'll start out with Khalif Tate, the senior guard out of Washington, D.C. Charles Tart, the third, 6'4", sophomore out of Richmond. Khalil Diggins Williams, the senior guard out of Alexandria, Virginia. Troy Joseph will start at the forward center position, sophomore out of New Orleans. Robert Osborne, the senior forward, 6'5", out of Richmond, Virginia. And also, KB, keep an eye on number 24, Taj Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
He's been averaging a double-double, 17 and 14 his last time out. So he will play a big role.
He definitely gets on that
tonight.
glass.
Yeah. So, and Union will come out in their maroon uniforms, gray trim with a little white dabbed in there. And Lincoln will come out with their white uniforms, and Coach will go with his traditional 5, And I see Peter Sorber. I see Reggie Hudson, Corey Williams. Which Corey Williams? Is it Jekyll or is it Hyde? Uncle Ro?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out real soon, and with heavy conference ramifications because the Jekyll and Hyde, the pixie dust, you know, all of the luck that you have. It's either get to the postseason or we'll see you next season. I'm interested. Let's go.
Yeah. So,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead,
One thing I'm noticing about this lineup for Virginia Union, this is another team that's much older than this Lions team. I mean, we're talking about one senior in the starting lineup for the Lions with Corey Williams. Everyone else is a sophomore, and I think Sorber is listed as a junior. I know he transferred from Oregon, but this is a very young team compared to this seasoned Virginia Union squad.
So by here, Cleveland has trimmed the locks down, and I almost didn't know who he was. KB
Looks like a
he
big,
looks like a kid. Like,
oh my goodness.
Bakir, that's his baby brother.
Yeah, it took a second for me to recognize him too, and that's what I'm saying. That's the benefit of sitting up this high, because we get to look into everybody's faces.
Uncle Rel, I swear to you, he went home and he sent his little brother, who looks like him with shorter hair. So,
I am.
And it looks
Say
like
that one more
Osborne
time.
is
Oh,
playing
the
with a
Manny is
mask on.
loud in there. Oh, one more time.
yeah, listen, we talk about Bakir Cleveland. He's trimmed his locks down. Still has the top, but without his locks, he looks like a completely different young man out on that floor.
We turn this into a Just For Me commercial.
Oh man! All right, so we get set. Ethan Garita, Peter Sorber, Reggie Hudson, Corey Williams, Bakir Cleveland out there today.
And I haven't seen one player all season play with a mask on. But Osborne is playing with a mask on. So I don't know if it's some kind of protocol where he's waiting on a COVID result or what. But that's interesting to see.
All right, so Lincoln has the rock. They won the tip, moving right to left on your dial. Reggie Hudson comes near side. Corey Williams, D, three-pointer up, no good. Bakir Cleveland rebounds it and kicks it out to Hudson. Hudson steps in 14 feet. His shot off the back of the iron, and Sorber gets the early board. His pass to Ethan Garita, and Garita, as usual, having problems handling. Turnover on Lincoln. Here's Osborne. Osborne skips it near side to Tate. Tate, deep three-pointer is up and good in the face of Corey Williams. 3-0 advantage, Panthers. Here's a little full court 2-2-1. Reggie Hudson trapped in the backcourt, gets it to Sorber. His pass to Corey Williams near side. Corey will bounce pass it back to Hudson and work the offense. Bakir Cleveland on the right side comes near side to Hudson. 2-3 matchup zone being applied by Virginia Union. Ethan Garita trapped on the baseline, already has one turnover near side to Hudson, and we got a shot clock violation on Lincoln. So 2 early turnovers, KB, to start things out.
Yeah, Virginia Union is definitely coming out with a very intense man-to-man defense. But one positive that I did see was 3 offensive rebounds. You know, as long as Lincoln is crashing those boards, they have a chance of staying in this game.
Diggins Williams handling the point for Union. Now up to Osborne. Osborne pulls up foul line off the glass. No good. Loose ball comes down to Hudson on the left side. Hudson racing up, had his pockets nearly picked from behind. Drives in, reverse layup. It's up and good.
Sheer determination from Reggie Hudson. Coast to coast, putting up a very circus-like shot.
3-2s are score. This is Diggins Williams being guarded by Corey Williams. He brings it up on the right side. 18-11 here in the first half. Drops it into Osborne. He's guarded by Sorber. Looks like he got away with some steps. His turnaround shot's no good. Loose ball comes down to Cleveland. Cleveland tried to advance it, turns it over, third turnover. Here's Tate, goes up, lays it in. And Charles Tart, lays it in for Union 5-2. Third turnover on Lincoln.
Lincoln is going to have to tighten up with taking care of the basketball. Turnovers already plaguing them.
The fourth turnover on Lincoln. Osborne drives, lays it up and good. And the foul call. Bakir Cleveland grabbed the arm. Osborne did the N1 NBA style. And Union is not playing with these Lions in the opening moments. 4 turnovers, Kitty. 4.
And we made that assumption, and we touched a little bit on it earlier that, this game was very close when they played down in Richmond. And, the Union Panthers being the bully on the blocks, it's important for them to set the tone of this game.
Osborne missed the three-point opportunity. Lakin with the rock. He's a 64% free throw shooter, is Robert Osborne. Near side. They throw it into Garita. Garita unable to handle it again. The 5th turnover on Lincoln. Here's Osborne on the left baseline. Trapped by Cleveland. He throws it away right in the hands of Reggie Hudson. 2-on-2. Hudson picks up his dribble, throws it off the glass. Shot's no good, but we're going to have a blocking foul on Khalif Tate, the senior guard out of D.C. So Reggie Hudson will be at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and so far, Reggie Hudson leading the Lincoln Lions, forcing the action. This is his second trip driving to the basket.
So Reggie Hudson struggled a little bit at the foul line, KB, the other day. So I tried to get his stats up. I don't have it. Missed the first. Into the contest, Freddie Young Jr. And here are my stats. So Reggie Hudson is a 65% free throw shooter. So he has to do a little bit better than that.
And into the contest came Freddie Young. Coach Armstrong subbed him in for Ethan Garita.
So Osborne goes to the bench for Union. He's taking his mask off, so actually keeping it on. Maybe something did happen. So Hudson 1 of 2 from the line, 7-3. Here's Union left to right on your dial. This is Tate. Tate skips it near side, driving. This is Tart. Now back to Tate, deep three-pointer, in and out. Loose ball comes down to Sorber. Peter hustling, gets it to Freddie Young. Freddie up to Corey Williams. Corey outlet pass back to Freddie. 21 seconds on the play clock, 16:31. At 3-2 zone being applied by Union. Near side, they get it to Bakir Cleveland. Cleveland driving in traffic, up and under. Circus move, shot is good. 2 baskets scored, 2 circus shots. KB.
Yeah, and that's kind of Bakir Cleveland's strength with finishing at the basket. He's more of a slasher than a jump shooter.
2-point contest, 5-7. Here's Ramad Wright into the contest. Wright puts it in, 9-5 to score. Right with that shot, left-hand side inside the foul line.
And you can tell when you're looking at a pure shooter. That was very clean.
Yeah. 2-1 pressure being applied by Union. Lincoln with no problem breaking it. 9-5s our score, 15-41. Here's Corey Williams, far side. Step back, three-pointer, blocked by Tart. Here comes Union. Lincoln has numbers. Tart goes in the lane, right? That is, shots no good. Gets his own rebound and puts it back in. Coach already staring at Corey Williams. I see Jekyll, Uncle Rel. Not high. Timeout on the floor. Official is going to make a call.
I mean, this is a very big Virginia Union team. Okay. And not only are they big, but they run the floor very well.
Right. So Reggie Hudson inbounding the ball, throws it into Sorber. Sorber goes up in traffic. Nice layup by the big man. He gets his first 2. 11-7 Lincoln with a little full court pressure. Now Corey Williams kind of retreats. Bringing it up is Diggins Williams. He skips it far side. Into the contest is Troy Joseph. Joseph backing in. And actually it's Osborne. His shot's no good. Loose ball tipped by Hudson over to Cleveland. Here comes Hudson racing up left side. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland got away with some steps. Pass to Corey Williams. Corey, nice outlet pass to Reggie Hudson. Union's defense is smothering Lincoln. There are no easy passes.
Corey was still digesting that Wilson sandwich he ate us a couple seconds ago.
All right. Freddie Williams gets called for the travel. 7 turnovers in this contest. The score is 11-7, Uncle Rel. 14:27 to go in the first half. 7 turnovers. They only have 5. I got 7 turnovers.
You know, they ought to be fortunate they're not down by more. And again, we're seeing a either game defensive squad from Lincoln or a lukewarm offensive squad from the Panthers. Either way, my referendum is at the first half. One of those two teams in the defensive side of the ball will reveal itself. Back to you.
All right, so 14:27. We'll step away for a quick break. You are listening to the KRSB Radio Network.
Mobile marketing made easy. KRSB delivers a unique way to market your products and services and reach your customers. Whether it's a victory, the HBCU game of the week, or something else, we got you covered.
As an HBCU athlete, you have a unique perspective that can help others. At KRSB Network, we want to hear your story and share it with the world. Whether it's your favorite moment, the years you participated, or how your HBCU prepared you for life, we want to hear your story.
The KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime. Any Play Mobile Media Radio broadcast.
And welcome back to the Manny Orlando Hughes Kia Bird Uncle Rel. 14:27 in the first half. Virginia Union with an early 11-7 advantage over the Lions. Union will have the ball after the timeout, moving left to right on your dial. This is Diggins Williams being guarded by Corey Williams. Up top to Osborne. Osborne drops it off to Tate. Tate top of the key over to Harrell, who checked in for VU. Union moving it around. Lincoln half court, man to man. On the far side, this is Tate. Tate finds a wide open right, who missed the three-pointer, but it was put back underneath by Osborne. Robert Osborne, the 6'5" senior from Richmond, Virginia. 13-7, Union penetrating, and we got a turnover on Lincoln. Freddie Young was trapped in between Robert Osborne and Michael Harrell, and he dribbled the ball off his leg, KB.
Yeah, and Coach Armstrong very unhappy with that call. He felt like Freddie was fouled.
Let's see. Here's Williams working on Corey Williams. Lincoln trying to trap. Williams tries, throws it up off the glass. Easy layup. Coach Armstrong just wiped his hands across his face. And you see Lett about to come into the contest because Nasir Lett, although the freshman, he can handle the rock. Sorber with a nice up and under move.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Sorber, very relaxed, nice footwork, high off the glass, scores the basket. He'll be at the line to shoot a three-point opportunity. 15-9 is the score.
Yeah, and we watched Peter Sorber probably play his best 11 minutes of basketball against Virginia State in the beginning of that second half. He kind of set the tone for the Lions in that game. So it's good to see him, going early.
Peter Sorber will go to the bench. He leads the Lions with 5. 15-10's our score. 13-17. Nasir Lett, the freshman, into the contest for Lincoln. Osborne in the backcourt being double teamed. Osborne nearly threw it away. Union no problem breaking it. On the far side is Harrell. Harrell knocks a man down, and making a quick impact is Johnny Coates, who just checked in for Peter Sorber.
Right, and we talked about Sonia's Coates coming in off the bench and giving Coach Armstrong quality minutes. Right away, he makes his presence known and takes that charge.
So Taj Harding into the contest. This is the player that you mentioned, and we talked about him pre-game into the contest. Lakin gets it up. So you got Freddie Young. Freddie picks up his dribble with the double team. Nowhere to go. Union muscling. You see Osborne clapping his hands as Tart and Freddie Young was tied up. Should have been a jump ball. I actually agree with you, Coach Jay Butler of Union. He picked up his dribble.
Yeah.
Now, Freddie's not a skinny young guy, but these Union players just look so much more massive.
They're older.
Yeah.
They've had a few more days in the weight room than some of these younger players.
All right, Lincoln working it around the perimeter, trailing by 5. 15-10. Here's Hudson. Nasir let D 3-pointer, no good. Loose ball comes down to Osborne. Osborne had his pockets picked by Hudson. 2-on-1. Hudson goes up. Shot is up and good. And he drew the foul. Chasing him with Charles Tart. Trying for the block. Tart picks up the foul. Reggie gets the basket. He'll be at the line again for a 3-point opportunity.
And again, a strong finish by Hudson at the basket. He is racing down that court with just sheer determination.
Yeah. Reggie Hudson doing his interpretation of your little baby boy, Maxie.
My nephew, Maxie, my little stinktaboo.
You hear that, Uncle Will? 15-12 to score. Got Reggie Hudson at the line. He has 5 points. He's 1 of 2 from the foul line. First shot, actually 3-point play is good. Makes it a 2-point contest. Union gets it up in a hurry. Deep 3-pointer by Tate. No good. Loose ball comes down to Janae Coates. Hudson now over to Cleveland on the far side. Now back to Hudson. Hudson nearly ran by the ball. Bakir Cleveland, deep 3-pointer. And he was fouled by Khalil Diggins-Williams, the senior. Kind of an ill-advised foul.
A little rush.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure which way that was going to go because it did look like Bakir Cleveland kicked out a little bit. And we know, they have that foul where if you land in the shooter's space, or, if the shooter kicks out, it could go either way.
So Bakir Cleveland at the line to shoot 3. His first shot's up and no good. Bakir for the season is a 72% free throw shooter. Second shot's up and good.
Bakir Cleveland, he doesn't really take a lot of time to get that foul shot off. He's one dribble and up.
So he's 2 of 3. We're tied at 15, 12-18. Full court pressure being applied by Lincoln. Harding has it. Now they drop it off to Tate. Now back to Harding. Breaks the half court. Osborne far side baseline. Back up to Harding. Tate at the point for Virginia Union, being pressured by Reggie Hudson. On the far side, Harding. Bakir Cleveland stepped out on him. They try to go inside. It's Diggins-Williams. Nothing there. 6 seconds on the play clock. Harding slips down, throws it away. Williams has to throw it up at the buzzer. Barely grazed the rebound, grazed the board. Nasir let eyes above his head, throws it to Freddie Young. Freddie misplayed the pass and misplayed the shot, and it's no good. Here's Osborne, grown man move. The gather, the step through 2 Lincoln players off the glass and good.
Yeah, and you see Osborne letting the game come to him. He's not forcing anything. But Lincoln was able to weather that storm. We have a 2-point basketball game.
17-15, 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Panthers are in a half-court 2-3 zone. Cleveland on the near side, above the 3-point circle. Now to Hudson, over to Let. Nice pass to Bakir Cleveland. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Cleveland launches it, no good. Loose ball snatched down by Wright. Wright gets it ahead to Diggins-Williams. Diggins-Williams back to Chart. Now Wright finds Osborne. Osborne Got Janae Coates in the air. Shot is up, no good, but he will go to the line to shoot 2. Robert Osborne has 6 points. He's still scoreless from the foul line.
But you notice this is a guy that can finish with either hand. He put that shot up with his left hand, able to draw that foul.
Big time play by the senior. We talked about him averaging 20 points per game. His first shot's up and good. Corey Williams checks back in. Rashid Gatlin, the 5'9" junior from Washington, D.C. So he's Coach Butler looking to speed things up when you bring him in this contest.
Oh, for sure.
Like Union's pressure, KB, is really impacting Lincoln. They're unable to get themselves going.
It is, and they're kind of giving Lincoln a taste of their own medicine because they're usually the ones who like to kind of stifle teams and have that swarming defense. But you see traps as soon as Corey catches the ball.
Corey Williams trapped in the corner between Tate and Harding. We got a foul call. Team foul situation. That's a 17 foul on Union. So Corey Williams will go back to his P.O. box to shoot a 1-and-1. He's an 80% free throw shooter. 18-15s our score. 10-36 already in the bonus.
Corey Williams is usually money from the stripe. Top 3 in the CIAA in terms of foul shooting percentage.
Sorber will check back in next opportunity. He had about a 2-minute break. Corey Williams takes both.
Okay.
So coach is going to go with Sorber and Janae Coates. So it's Sorber, Coates, Corey Williams, Freddie Young, and Reggie Hudson.
And Janae Coates kept his cool after that play. I didn't know how that was going to end up once he got off the floor.
All right, so Union bringing it up. This is Gatling. Gatling being pressured in the backcourt. Lincoln looking to trap. They kick it far over Harding. This throws an alley-oop to Harding, and he just catches that and throws it home.
Yeah.
2017. That just looked like a layup drill play.
It is. It was. Oh, it was. For him, it was a layup.
2017, 10 minutes to go. This is Hudson. Now to Corey Williams. Deep three-pointer is up and good. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
2020's our score. 2020 was an okay year. Here's Osborne bringing it up for Union. He gets it back to Gatling. Wow, folks, if you can see what we see and get in our mind.
Inner monologue, activate.
Taj Harding has it. Now Osborne gets it. Osborne out of bounds in the air. Looks like he got pushed by Freddie Young. That'll be Freddie's first foul, team's third. So the team foul situation, 7 for Union, 3 for Lincoln, 9:31 here in the first half. You are listening to CIAA basketball right here on the KRSB Network. We'll be right back.
Attention all sports fans. Are you ready for in-depth coverage of historically Black college and university sports and professional sports? Look no further than HBCU, Pro Sports Media Association. We're a national media organization dedicated to covering the stories and achievements of HBCU student athletes and pro players. As a member, you'll have access to a community of local and national Black journalists, all working together to increase coverage of HBCU programs. Join us today. Be a part of the Legion of HBCU and pro sports reporters. Visit us at hbcuprosportsmedia.com and stay informed on the latest HBCU and pro sports news. Attention all
As an
sports fans.
HBCU athlete, you have a unique perspective that can help others. At KRSB Network.
And welcome back to Manuel Ravello, Gymnasium here on the campus of Lincoln University. My apologies. hit 2 commercial spots at once. Want to see if those of you were following Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Uncle Rail, Terrell Dupree. I'm doing 50 million things up in the press box. So, Uncle Rail, 2020 the score. Lincoln kind of got pushed around the ropes in the earlier part of this game. They kind of weathered the storm, tied up at 20. Union has the ball after the timeouts. Corey Williams nearly stole it, and here's Freddie Young. Freddie catches it, takes it, and lays it up. I'm not giving him credit for a dunk. So, not giving him. They forced the 7th turnover on Virginia Union. Team turnover situations. Both teams have turned the ball over 7 times apiece.
And so far, as you said, they're weathering the storm. This Virginia Union defense is very stingy. They're not allowing any, in-seam passes. They're not allowing any entry passes to Peter Sorber. They're trapping the guards as soon as they catch it.
All right, so Union has it bringing it up. This is Osborne. Back in the contest is Khalil Diggins-Williams. He nearly threw it off the hand of Reggie Hudson, and it's going to be another turnover. 8-second violation on Union. That's their 8th turnover. So now the Lions defense is starting to be the aggressor.
Yeah. And Reggie Hudson, as you know, I stand by that. One of the best on-ball defenders. He was the cause of that turnover.
All right, so Lincoln leading by 2. Freddie Young, his pass inside is Janae Coates. Janae trying to make a move. Took about 4 seconds and threw up an air ball with one hand from 5 feet. Here's Diggins-Williams for Union. Throws it ahead to Tate. Yeah, Tate Tart. This is crazy. Diggins-Williams being guarded by Corey Williams. Far side to Hardy. Hardy working on the freshman. Throws it back to Osborne. Osborne drives in, had his shot blocked. Far side official called a foul call. The other official was right in front of his face, and maybe he was going to blow his whistle, but he didn't make a move, KB.
Yeah, and I understand the frustration from Coach Armstrong on that play. I mean, I've seen, fouls before. That certainly wasn't. He just threw his body into the defender. So 3 refs, and 2 of them had a different decision other than the lead ref.
Osborne at the line, shooting 2. First shots up and good. So Osborne's 2 of 4 from the line, 64% free throw shooter. Substitutions into the game for Coach Jay Butler. Brian Iafor, the freshman from Silver Spring, Maryland, comes into the contest. Joseph's second shot's no good. Again, he's a 64% free throw shooter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
22-21. Union at relentless pressure. 18 seconds on the play clock. Now Lincoln gets their offense going. The officials are not allowing Union to play that aggressive, hands-on style of defense. Corey Williams will go back to the P.O. box to shoot 2. It's 2-2 from the line already this afternoon.
That's 18 fouls on Virginia Union.
Yeah, we may be at the double-double before 7 minutes.
For sure.
First shot's up by Corey is good. On the floor for Lincoln, Sorber, Johnny Coates, Williams, Freddie Young, and Reggie Hudson. You got to wonder about Reggie's endurance. He's been playing the whole first half. Corey Williams is perfect from the line.
We know Hudson has a high motor, so I'm not worried about him.
Diggins Williams with the rock. Corey Williams hits both, 24-21. Here's Osborne. Got Sorber in the air, throws it high off the glass, and put it in. Coach Armstrong telling Peter, stay down. Don't go for the pump fakes. Here's Reggie Hudson, right to left when you're down. 24-23, 7:41 here in the first half. Freddie Young far side, inside to Johnny Coates. Coates back out to Reggie Hudson. Hudson passed up the 3, went down to Freddie Young. Freddie Young, a 3-pointer that touched the glass and missed the rim. Loose ball goes out of bounds. It will remain with the Lions.
Corey Williams once again doing a lot of talking to the referees.
And Peter Sorber is telling the one official, hey, we got to clean up the floor for a little condensation. The official looked at him, and Peter just walked to the sideline. I'm going to get a towel anyway. Don't blame him. So in the contest for Coach Jay Butler, Charles Sharp comes off the bench. And also Mahezi Thames, the junior guard out of Severn, Maryland, and replaces Khalid Tate.
You see it already. Osborne in double digits with 10 points. 7 minutes left in the first half.
They throw it into Coates. Coates was pushed by Ayafor, Brian Ayafor, the freshman out of Silver Spring.
Kind of looks like the same spot that Peter Sorber just wiped up.
Well, Janae doesn't wear the best hoop kicks. With low tops.
But I really like the way Science Coates has been playing these last couple of games. I mean, he's come in and had some very big moments for the Lions. So it's good to see him coming into his own at this part of the season. He's going to be important going towards this tournament.
He will be extremely important. We talked about it again. Union is 6-0 in the division, 9-3 overall in the conference. Janae Coates is a 38% free throw shooter for this season, and that look here didn't touch the rim. So why even waste my time? Because that's a couple seconds of my life that I will never get back.
Saved that after the second one went off.
And the second one goes off the rim. So about a 58. Whoa. And it's something on that court because Reggie Hudson just took a spill. He's back up and he's fine. Times handling the rock, being pressured by Hudson. Time 6-1, dribbling around, lays it off near side to Diggins Williams. Up to Osborne, they rotate it around. Here's Times. Times skips it over. Diggins Williams, open three-pointer from the right side. No good. Loose ball pulled down and put back in by Ramid Wright, the 6'7" senior out of Suffolk, Virginia. 25-25. We're tied again. Ball went right through Peter Sorber's hands. A little bit too saucy from Freddie Young Jr. A turnover on Lincoln's their 8th. Lincoln with 8. Virginia Union with 9 turnovers. Times picks up his dribble. Now gets it over to Wright. Right to Diggins Williams. Not bad. Ball goes through his hands. I don't know what's on that ball, KB. Might fry some chicken. Times at the top, a three-pointer at the buzzer, and he hits the deep three-pointer from the top of the key. 28-25. It's Corey Williams for Lincoln. Moving right to left on your dial. Corey tries a three-pointer, and he answers. So Corey Williams has hit 2 3-pointers today.
Well, he had 6 against this team in their last meeting earlier this season. So
he's 2 of 3 tonight, KB. 2 of 3.
This is time. His night.
Times being hounded by Hudson. Reggie's going to pick up a foul. That'll be his. And she says his first. That'll be his first. Team's 5th. Freddie Young Jr. will go to the sideline. Checking back into the contest is Roberson.
And, we talked about Roberson on Saturday. This young man has a bright future at Lincoln.
Got a foul away from the ball. And ding Corey Williams. That's team foul number 6. 5:38, tied at 28. Line from the Manny. Lady Hughes, Kia Bird, Terrell Dupree, Lincoln, and Virginia Union. Union has the rock. They're moving left to right on your dial. This is Steins. Drops it underneath. Harding lays it up as he went on Corey Williams. Corey just let them blow right by. 30-28. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Beautiful pass by Roberson. Threw it into to Sorber. And Sorber took some steps.
But that's one of the skills that Roberson is really proficient at, is that entry pass to the big man. I mean, I've seen him throw beautiful chest passes, bounce passes.
So this is Dimes being guarded by the aforementioned Roberson. After that turnover on Lincoln in 9th, Union has it with a 2-point advantage. This is Harding. Harding tried to throw a bounce pass into Troy Joseph. Goes through his legs. 10th turnover on Union. Timeout on the floor. 30-28. 4:53 to go here in the first half. Getting a little sloppy. I mean, the ball's got a little hot sauce on it because it's going through everyone's hands.
Right.
But you got 20 turnovers, KB.
That's a lot of turnovers. Both of these teams not really doing their best at taking care of the basketball. But, for Lincoln, outside of the turnovers, it's a positive to be this close right now. They want to keep this game close. This Virginia Union team can surely score in bunches. So the fact that they're, keeping it within that 3-4 point range is going to be important. Also they're doing a pretty good job at getting to the line and hitting their foul shots. This is, as Uncle Rel talked about earlier, this could be a deciding factor in the game. So,
and Uncle Rel, you talked about it. Lincoln has shot 13 foul shots. They've connected on 76% of that, 10 of 13. On the other hand, you have Union still not in the penalty. They've only taken 5 shots from the foul line, and they're 2 of 5. And the only person to have taken foul shots is Robert Osborne, and he's 2 of 5. So thus far, Lincoln taking care of business on the foul line.
Also, which is getting to the bracket, and that is where the 3 points are. Go ahead, KB.
No, I was just going to say that, they're also, doing a decent job on the glass against a much bigger team. Corey Williams, when he was in the game, was guarding someone who he was giving giving up 5 inches.
So here's Corey Williams in the Hudson. Hudson turn around from the foul line. No good. Johnny Coates up. Johnny Coates throws it in. High up. Rattles in. He'll go to the line to shoot a 3-point opportunity the old-fashioned way. And you guys were talking about the foul shots. The rebounding. That's a 13-9 advantage Lincoln. And we don't see Lincoln out-rebounding teams, but yet alone this Virginia Union team. That's as big as they are. So Coates at the line converts. So Johnny Coates is doing exactly what we wanted him to do. Come in, grab some boards, give about 6 or 7 points, and make your presence felt defensively.
And I like the composure that he's playing with. He's all about business right now.
His Thames being guarded by Roberson. Roberson trying to dive for the steal, trapped on the floor. Thames, nice dribble up, throws it in the air. This is Tate. Now to Osborne. Osborne in the lane, floating left-handed shot, rattles around, no good. Loose ball comes up, and we're going to have Jenny Coates fouling Taj Harding. It was not for lack of effort on both squads. You had Roberson and Thames going forward. Roberson diving on the floor. On the other side, Thames is battling underneath against Johnny Coates, and he'll be at the line to shoot 2 for the Panthers.
And when I talked about Roberson having a bright future at Lincoln, it is because of his two-way playing. I mean, he goes hard on both the offensive and the defensive end.
Coates will go to the bench. That's his second foul. So Harding converts both from the foul line. The score is now 32-31. Union on top by 1. 4:03 here in the first half. They fall back into a 2-3, actually a 3-2 zone. Inside the Hudson. Roberson on the left side, 3-pointer up and good. Deep 3-pointer by the freshman Roberson. KB has a new boyfriend.
Oh, hey, don't get me locked up.
But no, KB definitely likes the way Roberson plays ball. Loose ball up in the air. Got a loose ball foul. It's skying through the lane with Joseph. He was fouled by, I don't know who they gave that foul to.
To Hudson.
Okay,
It's
Reggie
Hudson second.
Okay. So Troy Joseph will be at the line to shoot 2.
I know neither of these teams have put together a run yet.
All right. So Joseph's first shot's up and good. So now I'll give his free throw percentage. Listen, Uncle Rel, you got to do what you have to do. So Troy Joseph, 42% free throw shooter. You got the stats. I'm reading the stats tonight.
43%, you said?
Yeah, 43. They'll hit them both. Of course he will. As he converts them both. 30.
He got the shooter's touch.
34. 34 is our score. 3:33 here in the first half. Ethan Garita into the contest for Lincoln. I got to get Reggie Hudson to the side. That was Reggie's second. Team foul situation. Lincoln with 8. Union with 10. Sorber trying to pass it to Ethan Garita. Now, Peter, I can tell you, you don't pass the ball to Sorber that close to him. Lincoln inbounding baseline and get it to Bakir Cleveland near side. Here comes that trap by Union. They find a Corey Williams. Just bounce past to Sorber. Sorber working inside. Throws it up off the glass. And Peter Sorber coming to make.
Playing a little big boy basketball.
He brought his lunch pail to work today. 36-34. Lincoln on top by 2. To me, it looked like Osborne took a couple of steps, KB. But no call. This is Thames being guarded by Roberson. Thames goes up. Shot's no good. Loose ball tip. And nice save by Osborne to get it into Thames. Here's a reset with Harding. Near side wing. They flow it into Osborne. He turned in. He throws in to Peter Sorber. And Sorber's going to pick up the foul. So going to the line again is that veteran, Robert Osborne. 240. That's Sorber's first foul. Team's 9th. So,
Robert Osborne, still, not the only player because Corey has 2, but he's in double figures with 10 points. This will be him going for his 11th on the line.
I mean, what's amazing about this first half, both teams are shooting over 50% from the field. You got Union shooting 52%. Lincoln shooting 55%.
And they're about even with turnovers.
Yeah, 21 turnovers between these two teams. Osborne at the line. He's pacing the way as far as scoring for Virginia Union. He has 10 points. Corey Williams has 10 for Lincoln. I'll tell you, they have Osborne, Joseph, Harding, Thames, and Tate. Lincoln counters with Sorber, Garita, Bakir Cleveland, Corey Williams, and Marshall Roberson. And as I set the lineup, of course, Coach Jay Butler is going to make a change. So Osborne 1 of 2 from the line, 36-35, 237. Here's Lincoln. Roberson at the point. Over to Bakir Cleveland. Roberson bounce pass to Ethan Garita. Garita had a wide open, throws it underneath to Peter Sorber. Sorber misses the shot, goes to his own board. Union getting it. Sorber gets it back, throws up the loose ball. Shot, no good. Off the glass, rebounded by Union. Here's Thames. James looking to dribble. Gathers, throws it away. And here's Bakir Cleveland. Bakir Cleveland wide open, takes it to lift of the court, lays it in. Disappointed the crowd, but he got the 2 points, 38-35.
Come on, Brick City. You know you're supposed to throw that down.
He's tired. He's a skinny man going against these big, giant Union players. 38-35. Dribbling is Ramid Wright. Now back to Thames. They're working near side on their right elbow. They come near side over to Tate. Tate top of the key. Nice spin move on Corey Williams. Goes up on Sorber off the glass, and it's good. Corey Williams complaining. Not even goes with it. 90 seconds here. 38-37. It'll be nice for you, Uncle Rel. Gonna be nice for you.
And the ratings.
It's Corey Williams driving Peter Sorber. Heck of a screen. Loose ball thrown to Bakir Cleveland. Union players grabbing the ball. Bakir Cleveland smacked Osborne in the face. Osborne had to get away and walk away. Thames had something to say. Tate, bodies all over the place. Bakir Cleveland, we get a little chippy.
Yeah, but we saw this Saturday, the chippiness, and this is when things kind of got good. When both teams kind of fed off of that energy. So it'll be interesting to see how this last minute finishes.
30.
Where's the mop? I mean, I've seen 3 different towels out on the floor tonight. Where is the mop?
I don't know if I'm not going to be fair. So, Uncle Rel, tell us 1:13 to go here in the first half. What's coming up for Uncle Rel's halftime show?
Well, first of all, we might have to get a bleeper to keep you all in check there in the Keystone State. But what we do know is we will be talking with Eddie George and listening to a segment he has with Shay. We're not listening, but listening to me talk about a segment and the overall state of the Tennessee State football program. We'll also look at some other movements and shakings going on in Power 5 conferences too. That's right. Not just historically black colleges and universities. We dabble outside a little bit, so we got a lot more, but back to the action.
All right, so here we go. 112. Lincoln has the ball. This is Garita. Garita goes up, had a shot blocked big time by right. Here comes Union. Ahead to Thames. Thames goes in, lays it off the glass on the left hand, and there's a little display for the crowd. 1 point advantage, 39-38. Akir Cleveland bringing it up, far side to Roberson. Roberson above that circle. Now back inside, they find Garita. Garita up under, had a shot blocked from behind, and that was Harding. Coach Butler danced all the way down the sideline. And it's going to be a 2-shot foul on Ethan Garita. Beautiful backside block by Ramid Wright, the 6'7" senior out of Suffolk. Ethan Garita will have 2.
Peter Sorber going right up to the chest of Ethan Garita, giving him some encouragement to keep going hard underneath that basket and try to finish.
So Garita at the line to shoot 2. First shot's up and just a little bit way outside. Yeah, just a little bit. 39-38, 43.8 seconds. Freddie Young into the contest. Garita has Freddie Young into the contest, replacing Corey Williams. So Freddie Young, Cleveland, Roberson, and Sorber. 1-2 for Garita. As they stepped out of bounds, the whole crowd reacting. They try to throw it inside to Sorber, hit the back of the team. Actually, Osborne, got up in the air, tried to throw it in the air, threw it off of the back of the backboard. So it's going to be a turnover on Osborne. 39-39, 36.8 into the contest. Comes back Corey Williams. Roberson will sit down for Lincoln. Lincoln has the rock, 27 seconds on the game clock, 18 seconds on the play clock, moving right to left on your dial. We're tied here. It's about a 6 seconds difference. Here's Freddie Young driving on Thames, throws it off the glass, shot good, and he draws the foul on Thames, who was just heckling the crowd, and the crowd heckles back.
Strong finish by Freddie Young, just putting his head down and getting to the basket and finishing. You know, we've seen Freddie the last couple of games start taking more jump shot, but this is really where he shines at going to the basket.
So Freddie Young at the line for the 3-point opportunity. He misses the free throw. Shot clock unplugged. 41-39. Thames being pressured by Marshall Roberson. Thames driving the lane, had the pockets picked, ahead to Freddie Young. 3 seconds on the clock. Freddie Young goes in, drive off the glass, and converts at the buzzer. 43-39. Freddie Young scores. Looking for an and one. They say no, and one. Freddie being a little greedy.
A little greedy. That defense turning into offense. You know, Lincoln makes, you know, big plays when they play lockdown defense. That was Marshall Roberson harassing, you know, the guard and picking it and flicking it to Freddie Young with a strong finish.
Right, so you always see Lincoln authorities or on the heckling side of the court. At the pub, yes, definitely the pub. 43-39. We talked about these lines. Jekyll and Hyde. I see more Hyde today. Uncle Rel getting key plays. Peter Sorber.
Big boy basketball.
Right? Johnny Coates. Marshall Roberson making plays. So they're getting their play there. 15 minutes here before the start of the second half. I'm going to give you a break, KB, and we're going to walk him in, Uncle Rel, and we'll do this together. This is Kevin Trey Bell, a retired Philadelphia firefighter, a mentor, a coach. Trey does everything West Philly that he did. And Trey, why don't you introduce yourself and welcome to the KRSB Network. We got you with the CIAA basketball, so it's down and right and dirty. And here at the Manny, Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, and Uncle Rel Terrell Decree with you. Welcome, Trey.
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Right, all right. Welcome, Trey. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
We hear you clearly, Trey. We hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Good Fred.
So, Trey, you're a little bad connection here. We're going to give you a second, and hopefully we can get you in a better position. 43-39, 13-44. And, Trey, we'll try you again. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is it better?
Yeah, that's right. And Trey, real quickly, tell us about yourself, and then we get into what you're doing with stocks versus sneakers. But give us a little background on who you are and what you're doing here in the Philadelphia area, and in particular, trying to establish a relationship with these HBCUs.
Yes, sir. I am Coach Trey, West Philadelphia born and bred. I am a retired Philadelphia firefighter, also a retired youth football and basketball coach. Over the last 5 years, I've lost 5 football players from the 69 Bobcats to gun violence. So I have a company called Stocks versus Sneakers, but the main focus is promote peace. And peace is proper education and cooperative economics. So it's all about teaching the children how to become a digital entrepreneur and understanding that they have a choice between 80 cents a day versus 86 cents a day. 86 cents a day represents what people who decide to go the wrong way and they get convicted and they're become incarcerated. That's how much they're paid every day, 86 cents, or a total of $26.66 a month. And that's coming under the 13th Amendment.
So what I'm doing in a general way is teaching children to understand financial education in a friendly a way with Robert Kiyosaki's game called Cash Flow. Everybody can go out to richdad.com and play it for free. And when they play that game, within 5 to 10 minutes, their minds will become a parachute and open up. And you'll see that a lot of the financial education that some of them may have been given is totally different from this particular game, because you're learning income, expenses, assets, and liabilities. You're learning exactly how to get out the rat race. So the HBCUs are incubator, because those are our talented 10th. And we need to give them the opportunity to learn financial education in this manner so they can go to their college professors in the School of Business and Economics and go to the libraries and learn that you don't have to really get a job if you understand how to do something for yourself. So that's basically what it is in a nutshell.
So Trey, talk to us about stocks versus sneakers in that program. Promote peace. And just so that you know, we got about 95 seconds before we have to get a move on. But talk to us about stocks versus sneakers.
Stocks versus sneakers. I have a special program for students and student athletes. It's a NIL. Stocks versus Sneakers NIL program is all about having your own business and utilizing digital marketing, digital technology created by a Black man. And if you're interested, we have internships and collaborations. As an intern, you'll make $49.75. As a collaborator, $99.50. You can contact me at 267-339-9074. 267-339-9074. And I love to get up to Lincoln University. I have a love for Lincoln University and Beta Chapter. And I will want to work with all the student athletes, especially those who are making less than $20 an hour.
And Uncle Rel, that Beta Chapter should have signaled something in your brain there.
It resonated very, very well. Thank you so much, and Trey. How you doing, Terrell? Uncle Rel, Ace Spring 2000 Gamma Xi, by the way, good sir. And such a pleasure to have you on the KRSB Network. Two quick things I know we got to run. First off, excellent job opening up the Pandora's box that is stocks to the youth, that at-risk youth crowd. Way to go. What a big world for them to be exposed to NILs, just to sit down at the table of the stock market and understanding that world. But, before we get them to the table to see how the NASDAQ works, you touched on promoting peace. How are you able to bridge the gap? How are you able to cut through and be able to see it through as it relates to the at-risk youth, to be able to tap the mind for them to open up to be able to receive hearing the NASDAQ? Because right now they might see up and down trends, but right now they're dodging and ducking from nickel shells in the street, as I know I was trying to get that out. In order for them to see rebounds in the stock market, how do we keep them from bounding out of vehicles and violence? How are you touching the youth?
Well, one, I'm not dealing with the stock market because I teach them the power of four: manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. So I teach them that they were the first stock on the stock market. So it's not about that. It's about proper education and cooperative economics. I'm going to give them the proper education, and it's going to be up to them to cooperate with me, and then we're going to have the economics. We need the children, the young adults are the ones who are going to lead the old ones into the land of milk and honey. But when you put milk and honey together, that's a laxative. So these young people are going to inherit a land that's full of crap. So by giving them the proper education and showing them that invest in yourself before you invest in somebody else's company.
Mm.
And that's what you're doing with that stock market game. And you're not going to get a return. If you invest in yourself, you're going to get 100% return.
That's a fair point.
With me.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
Rowena chapter, Fall 83, University of Kansas, home of the national champions.
I hear that. A little stank on the end of that. I heard that. Great.
I'm sorry, 1998, 2008, and 2022.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We got to put Bailey in the stat crew on that. We had to bring that one back up for Uncle Rail's Corner. I'm with it. You know, I like what you said. You're exactly right. The first stop, exactly us. And how can we even sit at a table that wasn't designed for us? So you're exactly right. Teaching them to fertilize their own land and soil within will help them sprout out. I love it. Taking care of home first. I always like to use the adage on the plane. They always tell you before you put the mask on anyone else, put it on yourself first. And the same adage is there. Great job, Trey, to you and your comrades, good frat brother. Keep the battle going. And thank you so much for joining us, good brother, on the KRSB Network. We need more of what you're doing in the trenches. Excellent job, King.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get my information from the Big O so we can collaborate. And
I sure will.
And what we have is Operation Mind Your Own Business. If Cain had mind his own business, Abel will be alive today.
Wow, that's a word.
Yes, sir.
All right, so thank you, Trey, for joining us here. 5 minutes to go, Uncle Rel.
Thank you, brother.
Your time. Uncle Rel's halftime. Trey, stay around and listen to this one. Uncle Rel's halftime.
Yes.
Now starts
Thank
now.
you so much. My favorite time almost, other than the broadcast, Uncle Rail's Corner. And thank you again, Trey, for joining us. Always such enlightening halftime guests that come on. But let's kick it off. Switching gears now. At Tennessee State head coach Eddie George doesn't make many appearances, but he did take time to chat with former NFL player and sports talk head Shannon Sharpe about his HBCU experience. In an interview that lasted more than 90 minutes on Club Shay Shay, George, who is entering his third season at TSU, spoke about his expectations and vision for the football program. The vision that I have for this program outweighs all that I have seen before, George said. There are days when I'm driving home like, man, you know what? Maybe this wasn't a good idea. Things move as fast as they would like they do at HBCUs, and then they slow down. There are antiquated policies, operations that you have to work through, and we just need to keep staying the course in order for us to continue to flourish in this program. He's happy with his new recruiting class, and you'll have a chance to see more of that on Club Shay Shay, but definitely the state of the program there at Tennessee State under Eddie George is in great hands. Okay, switching gears now as we're covering the Panthers on the hardwood. Let's get back in between the hash marks with Virginia Union sophomore Jada Byers, the running back who ran for a school record 1,928 yards and led the nation with 2,200 all-purpose yards. Byers' on-field exploits earned him a plethora of awards, including the Don Hanson Division II Offensive Player of the Year, Willie Lanier Award, the Super Region II Offensive Player of the Year, Historically Black College Football All-American Team, First Team All-CIAA, and CIAA Offensive Player of the Year. He was also a finalist for the Harlan Hill Trophy given to Division II football's most valuable player. Byers was most recently named the RVA Sports Male Athlete of the Year for not only his achievements on the field, but his positive contributions to the Richmond community. Salute to that Panther, Jada Byers, continuing to shine even beyond the football season. And right quick, before we get back to the second half action, with the help of the Cincinnati Reds, Wilberforce University announced its historic baseball program will return after nearly 80 years of absence. The return of the program will begin in the fall of 2022, allowing Wilberforce athletes to prepare for the spring 2023 season. The Reds Community Fund will be partnering with the university to support the launch of the program, which will eventually compete in the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. To see this day come to fruition is just amazing, Wilberforce Athletic Director Derek Williams said. The Reds help with the financials of the building of a team, and we're going to provide the talent. Salute to both the Cincinnati Reds and Wilberforce University on a great partnership that will add baseball to that university after an 80-year absence, and who's to say what can come from that fruition of that program. Again, another great time on Uncle Rel's Corner, and now back to second half action with the Lincoln Lions holding on against a game Panther Ball Club. But again, the second half always reveals. Back to you, Keno.
Easy. KRSB delivers a unique way to market your products and services and reach your customers. Whether it's a victory, the HBCU Game of the Week, or something else, we got you covered.
Invest in your future now. Enjoy the luxurious lifestyles of wealth building and financial literacy with stocks versus sneakers and the Bank on IM NIL intern and collaborator program for high school and college student athletes. To schedule an interview, you must complete the stocks versus sneakers market survey. Text Bank on IM to 833-663-1586 for more information. That's Bank on IM to 833-663-1586 for more information.
This is Coach Jason Armstrong. You are listening to the one and only greatest station out here right now, putting down for Lincoln University, KRSB Network. Please, all day, every day, this is where you will find men and women's basketball.
And welcome back to the Manny, Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Terrell Decree, Uncle Rel. I'd like to thank Coach Kevin Trey Bell, who joined us at halftime. Talked about his stocks versus sneakers program that's affiliated with KRSB Network. 43-39 KB.
Oh, yeah.
At the half. Both teams were shooting extremely well. Union will have the ball to lead things off. They're moving now right to left on our dial. Osborne comes out. Osborne tried to throw it inside, and the pass is stolen. Here comes Reggie Hudson. Ahead to Bakir Cleveland near side between his legs. Hudson in the lane goes up, draws traffic, no foul. Nice move. We talked about a circus shot, but that was a grown man shot off the glass, 45-39.
Strong finish by Bakir Cleveland. And, you know, the energy that Lincoln left the first half with, they're coming out with in the second half.
So here's a near steal by Hudson, unable to control it. Wide open, Diggins Williams, three-pointer from the top of the key, no good. Here comes Lincoln. Long outlet to Corey Williams, moving left to right. Bakir Cleveland had the three-pointer, steps back, and restarts the offense. 19 minutes to go here in the second half, 45-39. Bounce pass to Hudson. Hudson pumps fakes. Thought about that one. Probably a wise decision with those Giants. Corey Williams goes up, and that was an unwise decision as he throws it up as he falls down. Here comes Union, opposite way. Dribbling through the lanes is Tart. Tart to Tate. Three-pointer right corner, up, no good. Loose ball pulled down by Garita. 45-39. So, KB, we talked about, well, we were going to talk about it, but they got started and they're rolling. Both teams shot over 50% in the first half. You know, Union was shooting 55%. Lincoln shooting 53%.
And that's because they're taking more high percentage shots. You know, right there we see an entry pass into Peter Sorber. They're going more for layups than, you know, the three-pointer tonight, which has been more successful for them.
Yes, Sorber draws a foul on Troy Joseph, 6'8" Joseph. That's going to be his first personal foul. At the line is Peter Sorber. Peters is 1 of 1 from the line in tonight's game. Make that 2 of 2. 18-21. First team foul on Union. Union coming out with Joseph, Osborne, Khalil Diggins Williams, Tart, and Tate. Tart, Tate. Peter Sorber went through the bottom of the net because it never went through the rim. He shot an air ball.
Kind of tickled the net.
He shot an air ball from the line. 46-39. Here's pressure being applied by Lincoln. This is Tate bringing it up, guarded by Reggie Hudson. He's on that far side. Hudson all over him. Now to Osborne. Here comes Diggins Williams. Diggins has Bakir Cleveland. Nice cutoff by Bakir Cleveland. Made him turn it back. Now they find inside to Joseph. Joseph trying to go up. It's going to be fouled by Garita. He was making his move on Peter Sorber, but Garita doubled down and he picks up the cheap foul.
Garita pleading his case to the referee, saying that he pushed off.
2 shots, though, to say the least. Not a good attorney there. At the line is Joseph. And Joseph, first shot is up and good.
And so far, Lincoln has set the tone in these last 2 minutes of the first half. Bakir Cleveland coming out right at the tip, racing and getting that full court and one.
And Joseph doesn't shoot too many free throws. He's 1 of 2 from the line.
It's probably a reason why.
They got him listed at 42%.
Wow.
46-40 is the score. Lincoln on top. They have possession left to right on the dial. Corey Williams. Now back up to Hudson. Hudson dribbles right side baseline. Skips it back out to Corey Williams. Williams now to Hudson. Nice touch pass over to Cleveland. Cleveland running one-hander. No good. Loose ball poked out of bounds. And it should be possession Union. And it is. That was last touched by Peter Sorber.
But I like the aggressiveness of Cleveland right now. Not settling.
Union has the rock. This is Diggins Williams. Diggins Williams being guarded by Corey Williams. Comes near side, way out, just shy of the half-court time. He's trying to get it to Osborne. He's being denied by Garita. Now Osborne has it, working on Garita. Driving in the lane. Shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Throws it in. Nice follow through. He was determined to get that shot off, KB.
Well, this is a senior forward. You know, he knows how to get to his spots. You know, good defense by Lincoln Lions, just better offense.
46-42. Here's Garita. Garita had his shot blocked by Joseph. Sorber gets it back. Sorber outlet to Corey Williams, and Corey Williams hits the three-pointer. So Corey Williams 3 of 4 from downtown, KB.
And I see the camera over there. I hope they got that pose.
49-42, 16-40. It's Osborne being guarded by Garita. Osborne puts it down, drives in, shot high off the glass, and it's jammed home by Joseph because Sorber came over to double and left Joseph wide open with the one-hand flush back.
Well, that's the chance you take when you double team.
Here's Reggie Hudson trapped. Now finally gets ahead to Cleveland. Sorber gets it. Actually, excuse me, Garita got it, went up, and he was assaulted by Troy Joseph. So Garita will be at the line to shoot 2. 49-44, Uncle Rel. So Union's coming out, trying to be a little bit more aggressive, but Lincoln's standing right there toe-to-toe with them.
Oh, yeah, let's just take it a beat back. We saw Corey Williams pass up an open three-pointer. I repeat, we saw him pass up an open three-pointer and throw in that bounce pass to Ethan Garita.
All right, so Garita's first shot, no good. Uncle Rel, that's where you come in and you respond to KB.
Or either go sit next to the coach, fundamentals, or you can come sit next to me.
All right, Garita, second shot's up and good. Makes it a 6-point contest. Quick inlet by Union. Here's Diggins Williams. He's guarded by Corey Williams. Dribbling. Nice crossover off the screen by Osborne. Osborne gets it. Drives in. Sorber held his ground. Loose ball poked around. Picked up by Tate. Three-pointer from the right baseline. No good. Loose ball is on the floor. And you have Sorber, but the possession's going to stay right there. Charles Tart, the third, did a straight-up kung fu move. Bounced it off the floor. He did a Bruce Leroy off the ground.
That made me change the position in my chair. Wow.
Uncle Rel, he did a Bruce Leroy.
Wow.
Did he complete the three-point play is my question.
No, he was knocked on the ground, but he definitely said, am I the baddest?
Oh, yeah.
Showing up. Wow. Ball went out of bounds. I mean, it was a foul on Lincoln. That foul's on Sorber, his second. Union inbounding underneath their own basket, far side. It's Diggins Williams, gets it into Tate. Tate guarded by Hudson. 17 seconds on the play clock. 15:48 on the game. 6-point advantage for Lincoln. Osborne now has it over to Tate. Tate off the screen. Garita stepped out, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Garita, and that's going to be Garita's third, I believe, KB? No, they're going to say second.
Yeah. Coach Armstrong doing a good job at monitoring the team fouls. No one's in real danger right now.
Team foul situation. Lincoln with 3. Union with 2. This is Diggins Williams working on Corey Williams. His step back shot from 8 feet, no good. Loose ball pulled down by Sorber. Sorber boxing out Troy Joseph. So Sorber is accepting the challenge. Challenge accepted. Peter Sorber.
Yeah.
And he didn't play last time when they were in Virginia. And these two teams went to overtime. And Union was victorious only by 2, 74-72.
Yeah. Lincoln gave them all that they can handle on their home floor. So, it's good to see Sorber inserting himself into this game because they surely could have used him the last game.
2-2-1 full court pressure being applied by Union. Here's Corey Williams. Lincoln breaks it. Now to be clear, Cleveland. Cleveland step back jump shot on the left baseline, no good. Nice box out by Tate. Now to Osborne. Osborne picks, gambles, goes up, throws up the shot. No good. Loose ball comes down to Garita. Now Hudson. Hudson looking to run to Corey Williams. Corey Williams off the glass, draws the basket and the foul. Nice execution by Lincoln.
Beautiful.
Coach Jay Butler, can you see? You call it down here, but you don't call it up here.
Yeah, heads up play by Reggie Hudson. Hitting a trailing Corey Williams, on that fast break.
8-point advantage for Lincoln, 52-48, 80% free throw shooter at the line. Corey's a perfect 4-4 at the foul line today. Make that 5-5. He now has 15 points.
We talked about this Lions team catching these Panthers off guard tonight.
1-2-1-1 pressure being applied by Lincoln. Here's Williams and Williams battling near side. This is Tart. Tart throws up an air ball. Loose ball picked up by Tate. Tate had a shot blocked by Sorber, and he gets up off of him. Here comes Lincoln on the other side. Reggie Hudson in the lane, skips it near side to McKeer Cleveland. Peter Sorber, my man of the hour. Garita goes up and throws an off-balance shot. He is coming out next ball. I see Johnny Coates off the bench. Tate, deep three-pointer left side, off the glass, no good. Battle for loose ball. Lincoln is boxing out. They're dominating on the board, 22. Well, not necessarily 22-25. They were leading. But 22-25, they are competing.
But considering the size difference, this is impressive.
All right, so here comes Cleveland, 53-44. Cleveland, nice drive off the hand. The Sorber threw it up with the left hand, but knew he was drawing the foul. That foul is going to be called on Khalil Diggins Williams. That'll be the team 5th foul. Timeout on the floor, 53-44. This has been a lot of things happening here in the second half, KB.
A lot of things happening, and it's positive things happening for these Lincoln Lions. I mean, they came out the locker room blazing. And the Panthers so far haven't been able to catch the rhythm of this second half. It's been all Lions.
So, Uncle Ralph, 14 minutes to go, all Lions thus far. This is the biggest beast in the conference. We know they got another scratch in them, but if you're Lincoln, what do you have to do to keep this momentum?
Well, it's a great point, P&O, and I think getting back on defense, making sure that the half-court game is secure, limiting the turnovers, most importantly. But I told you, this is the game up until the first half, a game of runs. Lincoln just needed to stymie and weather the storm of this game Panther squad. But right now, I like the confidence, bell to bell from Lincoln. Defensively, they have not been apprehensive, and they've taken the game to the Panthers. Right now, it's going to be about who asserts themselves, and most importantly, as Uncle Real likes to say, get to that charity stripe and get 3 points. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Uncle Ralph. KB, 53-44. Lincoln on top by 9 points. Corey Williams with 16 points. He's perfect from the foul line. But more importantly, 3 of 5, only 5 3-pointers attempted. Lincoln's 4 of 8 from downtown. Virginia Union's 2 of 11 from downtown, shooting 18%. And they only have 10 turnovers, 11 turnovers for Union. Going to the line is Peter Sorber. And Peter's it's 2 of 3 from the line. He has 8 points, but he's given Coach Armstrong 7 big-time rebounds.
Yeah, they're sharing the basketball and taking higher percentage shots. I mean, against this Virginia Union team, you can't risk, taking 3-pointers and not crashing the glass. So they're doing a much better job moving the ball around and looking for the open man.
Taj Harding into the contest for Virginia Union. Silver converts on the first, and he connects on the second. 55-44, largest lead of the contest for Lincoln.
That puts Peter Sorber in the double digits tonight with 10.
So Union has not scored in the last 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Into the contest, this is Times. Times skips it up to Harding. Harding comes near side to Osborne. Osborne trying to go to the left hand. Nice cutoff by Reggie Hudson, who helped Johnny Coates. Shots up, no good. Rebounded by Corey Williams. He gets it ahead to Reggie Hudson on the far side. It's bounced fast into Coates. Coates inside to Sorber. Sorber puts it on the ground. Looks to go up, and he's going to draw another foul as Taj Harding slapped down on him. So the big man is living at the foul line, accumulating these fouls on Virginia Union because that's the 16th foul with 13:24 to go in the second half.
Yeah, and they're looking for Sorber in that post. He's keeping the ball high away from these pesky guards and going up strong, drawing the foul.
Peter Sorber, the big man at the line. First shot's up, no good.
We talked about it. Peter Sorber is the X factor. He didn't play in that first contest down in Richmond.
Now, I know Peter Sorber needs to watch out because, Corey Williams has a P.O. box. Can two people share the same P.O. box?
I don't know.
He's 1 of 2 at the line, 56-44. This is Thames into the contest for Union. Over to Osborne. Osborne brings it up on the right side elbow. Drops it into Tate. Tate being guarded by Reggie Hudson. 13-12 on the game clock. 16 seconds on the play clock. This is Thames on the right side. Now to Harding. Deep 3-pointer left key. Up, no good. Ball goes out of bounds and will be possession Lincoln.
And you're starting to see the frustration in these Panther faces. I don't know how many times they've been in this position before this season.
Lincoln trying to break this 2-2-1 trap. This is Hudson just dribbling right through it. Hudson with the pass to the Sorber. Sorber put it on the ground, goes up, had a shot blocked. Here comes Union on the run. Here's Osborne. Osborne had it poked away by Corey Williams.
Good transitional defense from the Lions, getting right back.
Possession will favor Union. They're inbounding far side baseline. Tate inside to Thames. Now to Harding on the left elbow. They're trying to find Osborne. Osborne now with the back down on Peter Sorber. Cutting over, shots up. No good by the cutting Ramid Wright, but he drew the foul on Janae Coates. Excuse me.
A little bit of a late whistle from the ref that time. But again, Lincoln doing a much better job in their transitional defense. And I mean, Osborne has seen almost every Lincoln player guard him tonight. Everyone from Corey Williams to Janae Coates. They're showing him a different look each possession.
So Osborne,
don't.
Welcome to Lincoln. Welcome to Lincoln as he's getting introduced by the heckling Lincoln faithful. You can hear them underneath us. Actually, you don't need to hear them underneath us. And what's being said at the foul line is number 20. That's Ramid Wright. He's a 76% free throw shooter, 6'7", senior forward out of Suffolk, Virginia. Osborne without the mask in the second half. Wright's perfect from the line, makes it a 10-point contest. 2-2-1 full court pressure. Cleveland trying to break loose. He got harassed by Michael Harrell, the freshman guard from Laurel, Maryland. And it's going to be a 1-and-1 situation with 12:31.
Wow, this
So-
could be huge these last 12 minutes.
Yeah. So the opportunity to catch a bite to eat on the right way home will not happen today, KB.
That's why I stopped before I came.
We'll do it like a little bit better. I'm not saying the name of that place, but it's very popular from here to Virginia. I'm going to have to make a stop. They haven't signed that check to say that they're sponsoring us, but I'm going there tonight. At the line, Bakir Cleveland 1-and-1, 56-46. His first shot's up and rattles in. So, Janae Coates, Peter Sorber, Cleveland, Williams, and Hudson for Lincoln. It's Thames, Wright, Osborne, and I believe that's Charles Tart.
Someone popped in the lane a little too early.
Yeah, Janae Coates stepped to the line, into the lane. So it's an 11-point contest, kind of a brain cramp for Janae Coates. Harding into the game for Union. He's bringing it up. Coates guarding him about 45 feet away from the basket. This is Diggins Williams against Corey Williams, this matchup. 17 seconds on the play clock. And they're going to call a foul on Corey Williams, touch foul.
Really?
Hand check. Wow. Okay, it is what it is. 57-46. That's Corey's second.
That was definitely a Coach Butler campaign.
All right. And now we have a foul on Charles Tart III. So if there was such a thing as a makeup call,
I mean,
Ocarell, that was a makeup call by the other official.
concealer, blush, foundation, the whole nine.
Wow. 12-12. 57-46. It's Hudson back to Cleveland. Kier driving in the lane. Drops it off to Janae Coates. He lost it. Picked up by Hudson, and Hudson throws it off the glass and converts. So here we go for, Bakir Cleveland converts. Bakir into tonight's game. He has 11 points, 59-46. We talked about Union being a team. How many times have they found themselves down by double digits in the second half?
They look a little disjointed in this position.
This is Harding, far side, guarded by Coates. Step back three-pointer, top of the key. Left that a little bit short. And Chart tried to slam that one home and missed it. Lincoln has numbers 4 and 2. They throw it into Janae Coates, and Janae could not handle it. Reggie Hudson jumped up in the air, saw him. I'm throwing you the ball. He still couldn't handle it. Still had too much gravy on his hands.
Right, but still the right idea for the Lions, looking for the higher percentage shots. Corey Williams was in the corner, chopping at the bit, but Reggie Hudson saw a better look in Janae Coates.
Here's Janae. Throws it out to Hudson. Now to Corey Williams. Near side. Cleveland thought about the three. Steps in. 12-foot jump shot. Rattles around and good.
Yeah.
So Bakir playing his game and Lincoln playing team ball.
Yeah, and Bakir Cleveland needed this kind of breakout game. He's kind of been in the middle of the road these last couple games, but he's having an incredible second half.
Here's a steal by Lincoln. Getting a little bit too crazy. Osborne and the Lincoln players. Coach Armstrong up off the bench, way down the side. The police surrounded everyone. Reggie Hudson, Osborne, and Peter Sorber is giving the Lincoln Lions some spirit. 61-46 KB, 10-56. Peter Sorber, the life of the Lions zest this afternoon.
You and the Lions then, Mr. Panther, and that was Osborne being frustrated, not used to being in this position, and here goes the factor, the crowd factor that Coach Butler was concerned about when this sixth man becomes involved in the game.
Okay, well, I'm just going to turn up the crowd mic and let you hear what these fans are saying, because Osborne has woken the Manny up, and the students that are in here are on him. 61-46. All three officials are at the Lincoln Union foul line, conferring about what they're going to call. No official decision has been made. Now we have the official coming to the scores table. Let's see what happens. So Osborne has a foul hold on Osborne, and they're bringing Coach Butler and Coach Armstrong to center court.
But that was Osborne.
Yeah, he's
that was
frustrated.
Osborne that initiated that little melee.
So Osborne is 5 of 13 from the field on Corral. Lincoln 61-46 advantage with 10:56 here in the second half.
Hey, I just wanted to say, pay attention to the pace of the game. It's either going to slow down or we're going to get into transition buckets. Whichever team controls the pace offensively will be successful. Back to you.
All right, we will keep an eye on that. So the foul on Osborne, that's the 19th foul on Union. Big disparity, 9-5. Lincoln versus Union. Corey Williams, 80% free throw shooter, shooting foul shots. Lincoln already has 61 points, KB, with 10:56.
Let's just put a spotlight on Bakir Cleveland for a moment. Bakir Cleveland came out of the locker room on fire, much like Peter Sorber did at Virginia State. He kind of set the tone for this surge. We talked about no team has had a break, a real break, but, Bakir Cleveland is leading the way.
Corey Williams perfect from the line. So 63-46. I'm writing this down, KB.
Yes, write it down.
At 10:54 in the second half.
It's all about keeping your foot on the gas for the Lions at this point.
All right, so Diggins Williams being guarded by Corey Williams. Osborne catches it, top of the line. Throws a bounce pass, and it's stolen by Bakir Cleveland. Ball went out of bounds as Ramee Wright reached in and tried to strip it away. 63-46, 10:39. Number 1 seed, number 5 team in Division II basketball is on the ropes here at Manuel Ravello Gym. The Manny,
the Lions Den tonight.
Yeah. Battle of the Cats. And the last time a Panther came to the Manny, Lincoln took care of business. So Reggie Hudson with another beautiful pass to Janae Coates. Same result, turnover Lincoln.
There's something going on at the scores table with Coach Butler and a Lincoln staff member.
63 driving his Tart drives in and is blocked by Sorber. Long outlet to Corey Williams. Corey Williams had it stolen away by Khalil Diggins Williams. Nice senior play because Corey Williams was counting something. Coach Jay Butler, Coach Armstrong, they're disputing. The fans are giving Coach Butler stuff. Wow. This is getting uncomfortable.
I'm comfortable.
Getting uncomfortable for the Panthers. It's Coates. He's trapped in that corner. Throws it over to Hudson. Ball out of bounds. Will stay with Lincoln. 20 seconds on the play clock. 10 minutes here. 63-46.
Right now, the Lions are in control of this basketball game.
As KB says, welcome to the jungle. It's been the Lions on top of the Panthers. This is Cleveland. 9 seconds on the play clock. Skips it over. Janae Coates. Now back to Corey Williams. 4 seconds. Corey has to throw up a deep three-pointer. Missed that one. Battle for the loose ball. Tap. Goes out of bounds. And I don't know. Was that Peter? Or it went out of bounds off of Peter. Time out on the floor. This is going to be an interesting timeout. 9:39, 63-46. Back to the Manny for more Saturday Boy action right here on the KRSB Network.
As an HBCU athlete, you have a unique perspective that can help others. At KRSB Network, we want to hear your story and share it with the world. Whether it's your favorite moment, the years you participated, or how your HBCU prepared you for life, we want to hear your story.
Attention all sports fans. Are you ready for in-depth coverage of historically Black college and university sports and professional sports? Look no further than HBCU Pro Sports Media Association. We're a national media organization dedicated to covering the stories and achievements of HBCU student athletes and pro players. As a member, you'll have access to a community of local and national Black journalists, all working together to increase coverage of HBCU programs. Join us today. Be a part of the Legion of HBCU and pro sports reporters. Visit us at hbcuprosportsmedia.com and stay informed on the latest HBCU and pro sports news.
The KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime, any play mobile media radio broadcast.
All right, welcome back to the Manny 63-46. Virginia Union has the ball. 3-pointer top of the key. Tate hits the three-pointer. 63-49. 9:15 KB. Prior to that shot, Virginia Union was shooting 11% from the foul line. Reggie Hudson being double teamed in the back. Nearly had the ball stolen from him. He was being harassed by Diggins, Williams, Tate, and Charles Tart. So Tate, Tart, goodness, they're messing me up.
I'm looking at the position of Coach Butler. I don't know how far the refs are supposed to allow him on the court.
Well, Coach Butler is standing on the three-point line for Lincoln for his team. Corey Williams three-pointer threw up the leg. Should have been an offensive foul on Corey Williams. The putback by Cleveland, no good, but the battle, and we got a foul call on Lincoln. Corey Williams looking for a foul call. So shooting two will be Janae Coates. I agree with Coach Butler. Corey Williams extended that leg. That should have been a technical foul. No one saw it. I see it up here. I can't see it.
I saw it as well, and it probably wasn't the best shot at the time. There's no rush. And, so far, Lincoln has set the pace for this game by moving the basketball around. That was a quick three-pointer by Corey Williams.
Johnny Coates
kind of bailed out with that foul call.
Johnny Coates hits the first free throw, 64-49.
That percentage is going up tonight.
Yeah. Union is one of the last 13 from the field. This is Diggins Williams on the far side, guarded by Corey Williams. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now, nice move gets by Corey Williams, picks it up, goes high off the glass over Sorber. Bakir Cleveland skies to the boards. Here's a 3-on-2, a little bit behind Corey Williams. He thought about the three, and he holds it up, and they'll restart their offense. 8:28, 65-49, as KB tells me to calm down, Uncle Rev.
I'm telling the offense to calm down.
Calm down. I'm getting calmed down, too. All right, so here's Bakir Cleveland driving on Diggins Williams. Pulls up from 8 feet top of the line. And Peter Sorber, a nice push off in the back of Khalid Tate, but the official caught that one. This will be the third foul on Peter Sorber. 65-49, team foul situation. Lincoln is in the double bonus because Union has 10 team fouls. Next foul on Lincoln will send Union to the line for foul shots. Here's Diggins Williams, guarded by Corey Williams. Corey Williams picked his pocket. Corey Williams takes it, says bye, and lays it up off the glass.
Robbery in progress at the Manny.
Wow.
Gotta love it.
Wow. Corey Williams took the ball from Diggins Williams, said goodbye to him, and laid it off the glass. Now coming back. Diggins Williams goes up and had his shot blocked by Garita. Here comes Lincoln out on the break, and they got a foul call by Brian Ayafor.
Oh, no, that's a tech. That's a tech. Orlando on Corey Williams.
I did not see it.
Yes, I did.
I was looking at the stats, but the official banked Corey Williams for the tech. No need to go crazy, Corey Williams, but he got a tech, and KB can tell you what it was because she saw it.
Yeah, I couldn't see his mouth, but I couldn't read his lips, but definitely having too much of a conversation on the court. I mean, great defensive play. He got that steal, was able to score, but he couldn't just get back on defense. He had to keep the conversation going.
So going to the line is Brian Ayafor, the freshman from Silver Springs. The 6'6" guard hits the front end of the 1-1.
Oh, and they just called a personal foul. I apologize,
Okay.
not a tech.
Okay. So Bakir Cleveland, this is getting a little chippy. A 17-point advantage. It was 18, the largest lead of this contest. The sub 500 team Lincoln punching the big dog in the mouth.
Coach Armstrong said it best. Any CIAA team can get beat in any gymnasium if you do not come to play.
Bakir Cleveland threw a pass, I don't know to whom, but a turnover in Lincoln. Got to watch this 67-51, 7:36. Tate into the contest for Virginia Union. So it's Tate, Thames, Osborne. On the far side is Ayafor and Wright underneath.
And this crowd has Osborne's attention.
Yeah.
It's a lot of conversations going on in these bleachers.
Here's Thames. Now gives it to Tart. Tart guarded by Reggie Hudson. Reggie guarding. Tried to spin him into a double team. Here's Osborne going to his left hand. And they're going to pick up an offensive foul on Osborne. Great play by Janae Coates. He took away that left hand. They should have experience because what's his name in Virginia State was going all left hand all day. They took his strong arm away from him. Offensive foul. You said they're in his head. They are in his head. That's his third. No, they better break this up. They're about to go at it now. Osborne and Janae Coates. The officials need to get this thing together.
And again, this is Osborne's frustration. This is completely Osborne's frustration.
There we go with a bottle. So 67-51, it is starting to get out of control. Out of control, Corral. You take it away. We'll keep it here, but you take it away.
Well, I just wanted to say, the C's are important, coaching and composure. And right now, both of them are extremely essential when you look at the point of the game. A double-digit lead. You got a sub-500 team on top with the big dog on the road itself. But, here's the thing. The game is stopped. Advantage Panthers right now, despite being down by double digits, the clock is stopped. They have a chance to regroup. Remember, they're the team who everybody expects to wake up at some point and go on a run. And if you conversely, the Lions, you need to be playing your foot on the gas, but most importantly, keeping your composure. No silly fouls, no technicals, and clearly no free baskets for the opponent. Again, the C's, coaching and composure. I need to see which coach is going to maintain it better. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Uncle Rel. And KB, Uncle Rel is right. This timeout benefits the Panthers because Lincoln has been rolling defensively. Osborne has been all psyched out by this crowd. The senior getting impacted. I'm sure this is not his only trip to the Manny.
No, and you see that Coach Butler chose to sit him down because he's been in the middle of every little skirmish that's happened this evening. This is a senior who's used to scoring 20, and he's been held to 13 and has been at 13 for quite a while.
Yeah.
Each member of the Lincoln basketball team that has guarded him has affected and altered his play, taking away his left hand and the moves that he's usually able to get off.
So Lincoln will have the ball underneath the Union basket. Reggie Hudson, Corey Williams, Bakir Cleveland, Janae Coates, and Peter Sorber This unit has done it for Coach Armstrong this evening. Full court pressure being applied. 2-1-2 full court pressure. Hudson breaks it up, dribbles across half court, keeps his dribble, and draws the foul on Mahazi Thames, the junior from Severn, Maryland. So Reggie Hudson will be at the line to shoot two. Reggie Hudson has 6 points, but defensively, KB, he's been a beast. He has 4 steals.
I mean, if you show it, he's going to take it. That's Reggie Hudson.
Reggie's first shot's up and good. 68-51. 7:05 in this contest.
Peter Sorber doing a great job taking care of business in the paint.
Reggie Hudson hits a pair. 69-51. Back to an 18-point contest. This is Thames, top of the key, near side to Tart. Tart guarded by Hudson. Off the screen, Coates does the double. They get it over to Thames, far side, guarded by Cleveland. Now near side to Tate. His long three-pointers up and good. Nice move by Khalif Tate, the 6'3" senior from Washington, D.C. Hits that one. 69-54, 6:53. It's not over yet.
No, it's
Not over yet.
But, I mean, you just have to keep your eye, on players like Tate, who we see is a pure shooter, and lock down on defense. They have Osborne sitting on the bench, I guess trying to get his head together. But the Lions just have to keep their foot on the gas, play solid defense, not pick up little chippy fouls, take care of the basketball, and they're headed towards a big dub.
All right, KB, so what are they doing? You're the college mom.
Listen,
I don't know. You don't know this one?
I don't know this one.
Okay. All right.
It looks fun, though.
It looks, everybody is involved. So when you got the cool boys on the bench doing the dance, so it's something. But all right.
Yeah.
Stroud's into it on Corral.
I'll evoke the old new edition. You better count me out.
So here's the inbound, and they're going to get Charles Tart for Corey Williams, who baited Tart. Corey, oh man, I can't even say anymore, KB.
He's headed to his. He got some mail.
Yeah,
waiting on the package.
So Corey Williams does his impersonation of AOL mail circa 2003. You got mail. He's at the foul line checking. Corey has 20 points, perfect from the foul line, 7 of 7. His first shot's up and good. 70-54, pardon me. Corey's 21st point. Into the game is Taj Harding for Virginia Union.
I'm looking at the stunned faces of these Panthers. I don't think they had this, on their vision board on the way up.
No, they have not. And Tart, that's his 4th foul, so he goes to the bench for Union. Dribbling, and we got an offensive foul. I'm going to call an offensive foul on Ramid Wright. That's Wright's second. Yeah. Ramad. Okay, Ramad. I'm calling you Ramid the whole game, Ramad. My apologies.
You ain't call them ramen noodles or something.
All right.
Mama call him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
That's exactly. It's Corey Williams. Cleveland three-pointer right key. Rattles around and good. And Cleveland is feeling it. He is feeling it. Three-pointer worked it well. 74-54. 20-point contest. Here's Thames driving in the lane. Shot altered by Sorber. But there to clean up the trash is Wright for Union. 74-56. We got a call. And it's going to be a foul call on Union.
Yeah, that was Harding trying to hold Cleveland.
So Bakir will go to the line. Let's go back to that previous play by Bakir. He's feeling, he raised up in the air, and the way that the ball went through the rim was special as it rattled around. Yeah. Old school. 2 foul shots for Bakir. First shot's up and good. I mean, if you're Coach Armstrong, you take this free throw shooting that we see this evening and ask them, I need this from you every night.
Yeah, well,
28 of 36. Well, I said some too early.
and
28 of 37.
proud of the way the Lions have bounced back from Saturday.
Deep three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Wright. Right with the kick out. Far side is Harding. Harding near side, up, and favorite no good. Loose ball grabbed by Wright underneath the basket. He got fouled. A foul by Bakir Cleveland. A three-pointer was thrown up by Ayafor on the near side. The freshman missed everything.
And that's 3 on Bakir, but Lincoln is giving up no easy baskets. They're making these Panthers work for everything.
Yeah, they are definitely working. I mean, Virginia Union in the second half is shooting 5 of 26 from the field. They shot 55% in the first half. They're 19%. On the contrary, Lincoln not as hot as they were, 53 in the first, but they're at least 41% in the second half.
Right.
Union has gone completely ice cold with 541.
I'm paying attention to the bonus and to players in foul trouble, ball handlers and those who have been hot. All of these players are going to be important down the stretch, depending on which team goes on a run. If you don't have your hot man, if they're in foul trouble, or if they aren't able to get to the rack, it's going to be a problem. Back to you.
So Freddie Young into the contest. Peter Sorber goes to the bench. More ball handling for Coach Johnny Coates becomes the 5. 75-57. Here's Cleveland. Nice steal attempt by Union. No good. Coates gets the rebound. Shot blocked. Goes up for the rebound. Missed it again. And the loose ball comes down to Ayafor. Ayafor taking a limp. He goes in. He tries to jam on Hudson. Johnny Coates got in there for the block. Wow. Brian Ayafor, 6'6" freshman guard from Silver Spring, Maryland, had, you said bad intentions Saturday?
Yeah.
That was hellish intentions.
Yeah, he did. But then when he got up and saw Janae Coates standing over him, he said, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And decided just to walk to the foul line.
Yeah. His first shot rattles around and good. 75-58, 5'11". Again, folks, the number 1 seed in the CIAA is on the verge of being upset. We got a technical foul on Reggie Hudson.
I know that this is a very emotional game for both teams for different reasons, but no need to give away points at this point.
So Reggie Hudson picks up the technical.
His teammates are telling him, yeah, relax.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Ayafor hits the first. Now he has the 1 shot. 75-59. Still not out of the woods if you're Lincoln. Ayafor missed that one. Now the technical foul. We gotta wait for this one. Yeah. Taking a long time for this one last foul shot. It's up. It's no good. Loose ball down to Kier Cleveland. Kier Cleveland Hudson. Hudson, nice spin move. Hudson dribbles ahead to Freddie Young. Freddie skips it far side to Corey Williams. Corey bounce pass dangerously there. Ball into Coates. Corey Williams, 3-pointer left side. Up and good. Corey Williams hits the 3-pointer, puts it back to 19 points. 78-59. Lincoln showing patience and ball movement.
Yeah, I counted 5 passes. Beautiful ball movement.
Here's Tate driving. Nice, beautiful up and under. Went through 3 Lincoln players for the layup. Actually, it was times. He hit it. Freddie Young, dangerous pass, bounce pass to Corey Williams to inbound the ball. Marshall Roberson set to come in. Coach like, wait a minute, you got to take care of the rock. Freddie tripped, got the pass, dangerous by Corey, and it was stolen away by Wright. Here comes Union. They have to make something. They have to make something happen if they're going to get back in the contest. Tate, deep three-pointer, no good. Battle for the loose ball, and Corey Williams gets it. He's tripped, and there's a foul on Tate. Probably more on Corey that baited that call than Tate.
Little choppy sequence for both teams.
So timeout on the floor. 78-61. Union only allows 68.7 per game defensively. They're at 78 for 4 minutes, and they're not having any problems scoring because Union needs to score, so it's up and down pace. 10:54, we marked it down. It was 63-46. So Union scored since then. I don't know if you're in Lincoln and you're really out of it, or do you bring in Coach? Do you put in Osborne and make one last push?
I mean, I was just thinking about Osborne, being on the bench right now for the Panthers. But, as we saw, this crowd was in his head, and he wasn't playing well with that factor. So I don't know if he's more of a liability to Coach Butler right now than an asset. I mean, you have players on the floor like Tate, who's a pure shooter, that Lincoln's certainly going to have to keep a hand in his face because he can get hot. But, it doesn't seem like Coach Butler has any plans on putting Osborne back in the game these last 4 minutes.
Yeah, Osborne, he's leading him in rebounding. Actually, Tate's leading in points now with Osborne, tied him at 13. Corey Williams has 25. He's at the line attempting his 26th and 27th point of the contest.
Well, this will put him one over what he had last game against Union.
But Kier Cleveland has 17 points. First shot by Corey, no good. That's his first miss of the evening.
And by Kier Cleveland with a very impressive and well-rounded 17 points tonight.
All right. And so Marshall Roberson is at the scorer's table, so he's coming in for Corey. Corey probably knew that and missed them both on purpose.
Very uncharacteristic.
78. He probably knew he's coming out. Lincoln in the half-court zone, 2-3. On the far side, this is Terrett. Driving this Thames. Thames dropped it into the freshman, lays it up in front of Janae Coates. 78-63. 3:43 here in the contest. Kier Cleveland bringing it up, being pressured by Tart the third. 19 seconds on the play clock. Freddie Young has it. Freddie moving everyone around. Two-man game with Cleveland. Skips it over to Janae Coates. Coates back to Freddie Young. Freddie Young, nice fake. Throws it up off the glass and good. So Freddie Young, we talked about it. He spends a little time in the gym, and he used his size and was able to force a foul and at the line for the Ventures three-point opportunity.
Oh, yeah. We usually talk about Freddie Young and his defense, but tonight he's pulling all his skills out the bag. That's his third drive to the basket. He had 2 in the first half.
So Reggie comes out of the game. Marshall Roberson and checking in for Coach Butler will be Davian Coleman, the freshman out of Anchorage, Alaska.
How?
Anchorage.
Wow, the power of AAU basketball.
Yes. He's into the contest. Coach is emptying the bench, so it appears Lincoln's going to win this one. They're up 18 points. This is Khalid Tate. Khalid Tate over the Times. Lincoln half court 2-3. They're working on the far side. Tate bounce pass out of the hands of Tart. Turnover on Union. That's turnover number 17 Into the contest is Michael Harrell, the freshman. Khalif Tate, I got to say that should be it for him. So
I can't hear what the chant is.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. 81-63, 255. Coach Armstrong's Lincoln Lions are on the verge of pulling off the upset. Here's Janae, off balance shot, blocked. Thames has it for Union. 81-63. Thames driving in the lane. Nice stop, spin, shots up, no good. Loose ball pulled down by Ayafor. Lincoln set to empty the bench on the next dead ball. This is Tart. Goes to baseline. It's Ayafor. Ball out of bounds, and it will remain with Union.
Yeah. A good defense by Janae Coates sealing off that baseline. He's doing a much better job at that and also going straight up. You don't see him picking up a lot of ticky-tack fouls that we saw in the beginning of the season.
So the Lincoln Lions started out of this contest to a much-deserved ovation. Into the lineup, we have the chaperone sighting.
Yeah.
Amir Stevens. Also, the freshman into the contest. Nice to see him back there. As we have your young man trying to be absolutely disrespected as they tried to slam it down on Gabe Harris.
Yes.
And that was a Yafor. He'll be back at the line to shoot. Gabe decided to take the foul rather than take the poster.
They should check Gabe's resume.
The crowd's still giving him the blues. Osborne over there is still being harassed by the Lincoln faithful.
Oh, yeah.
That's not played in the last 5 minutes. Checking into the contest is Christian Rollock, a freshman out of Tampa.
And I mean, what do we take away from this Lions outcome tonight? I mean,
here's Gabe Harris. Gabe Harris throws it in the jam, and he falls on his backside. Oh, my goodness, with this crazy Kamani Hopkins.
Kamani Hopkins with the hops. Yes, sir.
Kamani, the nice jam with the left hand, but he fell completely on his backside. Racing up his times, scores it 83-67. Nasir led, gets it over to Neverdon. Neverdon comes up. Lake Union still trapping. Far side, Amir Stevens. He throws up the three-pointer from downtown, misses everything. Loose ball to Hopkinson. Amir, another three-pointer.
2 for $1.
Wow. Amir missed everything. Loose ball poked around. The young man from Anchorage saved it. Ayafor missed it. Rebounded to Gabe Harris. Gabe is going to be fouled. And he's going to be fouled by Michael Harrell. So Amir Stevens is getting chewed out by a coach with 85 seconds left in the game. Wow.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the energy.
So here comes Neverdon into the game. And he'll probably get Amir. And the chaperone Uncle Rel, it's your call. 84-67.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't say that I am just thoroughly immersed in the atmosphere that is before us. You know, this is just a seismic win, as you know, things go as it looks to be for the Lions. And KB, you spoke about it earlier in the broadcast. You know, a scrappy team that went down and had to lick their wounds from a tough loss down to 95 in Petersburg, but came back to another team from the Commonwealth, visiting them in their home. And, you know, it's just been a pedestrian lunch pail type of game plan for the Lions. I hit a whistle. I'll get back to you to my point in a moment. Back to you.
So 85-70, while Uncle Red was talking, Thames hit a three-pointer on the right side. And what Uncle Rel was saying, but for us, just seeing the chaperone, thanks, it's another three-pointer. Timeout, Union. 47.3 seconds. These two last-minute three-pointers, KB, are just stat fillers. The Lincoln starters kind of had the Union starters down by 20 points. Here's another steal by the substitutions. Balls ahead. Nice jam. Number 30, David Coleman missed that one. Lincoln coming the opposite way. Here's the jam. No good.
Kamani
Hopkinson wanted a second body, but it would not happen. Foul on the Searlet with 31.2 seconds. 85-73. The score will look a lot closer than it is.
Right.
The chaperone is still upset that he was removed from the game. But 2 3-pointers. And Uncle Rel, you hear the Manny, and they're pointing at Osborne.
Wow. That KRSB audio is so crisp tonight. And, the Manny didn't disappoint. More so, the Lions Ball Club didn't disappoint. They came back and fought hard, on through the, waves that'll go through the CIAA. Most will say, wow, this is an upset. And, on paper it is. But between these two ball clubs, quiet is kept. They know the count. The Union kind of got away with one before, and kudos to them Lions. They say, yeah, we got you. We got you in this joint, as y'all like to say up there.
What joint are you talking about? That joint?
That
the other joint?
Yeah. Because they rocked this joint.
Yeah,
Hey, if Panthers don't do something real quick, they're going to be back 95, coming back to this joint.
So 7 seconds on the game clock, and that's going to be official ball out of bounds. 85-77. Union hit a couple of three-pointers. Really didn't mean anything. The Lincoln Lions pull off the upset. First divisional loss handed down to the Panthers of Virginia Union as they fall to 19-6. 9-4, 6-1 in the conference. Lincoln now moves to 12-13.
Yeah. And you see Osborne was removed from the team line and went back in the locker room before the teams met up to shake hands.
Yeah.
He exited stage left.
And hats off to Lincoln security, the police department, and the security staff.
Right.
The fans had fun, and they gave it to them, but it didn't get out of control. We had the one idiot that kind of threw a bottle, and he was removed. But aside from that, a great victory. And you see Coach Butler telling his boys, let's get out of here. I told you, KB, when I talked to him prior during the ladies' game, he was concerned about this Manny foul.
And what did I say? Valid, very valid concern, because this gym is electric. I mean, the crowd is faithful, win, lose, or draw. They're going to be involved, at every moment. But, huge win for the Lions tonight. We often say sometimes they play better when they play against better. Claflin, the Fayetteville Broncos, Shaw, they play a better basketball game when they're challenged at this level. It seems like they rise to the challenge. So, I'm proud of them for not holding on to what happened Saturday and coming out and playing an incredible basketball game. Bakir Cleveland had a breakout game. He showed everything that he had tonight on both the offensive end, the defensive end. Corey Williams shot well. He didn't take too many ill-advised three-pointers. He was looking to move the basketball around and look for, Peter Sorber and Sonia Coates, posting up. So just great team win tonight. They played together.
Yeah, definitely played together. Corey Williams had 25 points. You mentioned KB, 4 of 8 from downtown, 6 of 11 from the field. He shot the ball extremely well, as he always does from the foul line. Bakir Cleveland, a breakout night. Peter Sorber had 11, 7 boards. Bakir Cleveland had 9 boards. For Union, Tames had 15. That was more garbage time 3-pointers that he was launching up. I appreciate the effort that Khalif Tate, the veteran out of DC, put in there. But it was Bakir Cleveland. It was Reggie Hudson, Dean, and Peter Sorber, who told Coach Armstrong that I wanted to guard Osborne.
Yeah.
And he stepped up to the challenge today.
Peter Sorber did an incredible job protecting the rim today. You know, every shot that came in there when he was in the game was altered. You know, he had a couple of really big blocks that, you know, set the tone for a fast break. He was incredible tonight.
Wow. Lincoln shot 42 free throws. 42 free throws. Virginia Union shot it 27 times. A lot of foul calls. But Lincoln's victorious 85-77. And folks, that is not not details. It does not give a detailed depiction of what this game was like.
Really?
Lincoln led this one by 20 points before they brought in the reserves, a lot of the freshmen, and Union was able to hit some baskets. Want to give a couple things when we wrap this up. We got to tell Bailey and Drew, wish them best of luck down in Georgia, the KRSB interns.
Yes.
So I know you guys are listening.
Most definitely.
They get on me about giving you the old school test, but you better be listening to this game. But no, we wish you guys luck, safe travels back home. Come back home with a couple of W's.
Absolutely.
And you know, Uncle Rel, you can't. When you saw it, I sent the picture. But something very special is going on in Philadelphia this weekend. For Sunday.
Well, you know, I'll just say first off, Bailey, stay away from the jump pitches. Whatever's going on, keep your weight back. And, you know, again, real quick to button up on the game, just a very blue-collar contribution from the entire Lincoln program tonight, coaching, ball players, bench players, the Manny, and now a team that's, you know, fighting to get to that 500 mark and beyond, now positioning themselves defensively. We know that they could play. It was about how the offense could contribute. Getting to the foul line 42 times made Uncle Rel smile big time. And getting to that other point as we segue, yes, salute to the Birds, salute to the Chiefs. May the better team come out triumphant. And, you know, what a great time to be alive. Salute to the listeners, to the KRSB Network, Owen Key, and the entire staff. Great broadcast tonight. And, you know, thank you all so much for just continuing to rock with us. We appreciate you.
We do appreciate you. And Uncle Rel, we say thank you. And, you know, mine's going to be a little different than that. We congratulate the Kansas City Chiefs for making it to the Super Bowl. But in this territory, it is Fly Eagles Fly this weekend. This city is on fire. Yes, we will see a second, which is weird because our kids see 2 Super Bowls within 5 years. It's something we didn't grow up with, but nonetheless. But
hey, look, real quick, you know, I'm a news junkie. Before we wrap up, I saw a story saying that people who are at jury duty in the Keystone State in Philadelphia in particular, when their name is called, instead of saying president, they're saying Fly Eagles Fly. Have you heard anything about that?
I'm pretty sure they would. Look.
I'm serious. Look it up.
I will look that up. I actually will.
Yeah.
Corporate's probably listen to us, so she can give us that background as well.
I mean, I thought it was abhorrent, but, you know, I did notice it was in there, you know.
Well, the judge, I'm surprised some of the judges will have court on on Monday morning.
They're even giving the kids
the kids have a 2-hour
delay
delay on
for school.
Yeah.
Monday. I wish, you know, everybody had a 2-hour delay.
Yeah.
I know one thing. Uncle Rel's corner is going to be on fire, as it always is, but it is going to be extremely lively depending on the outcome of the Sunday event. That's all I got for you all. Love you too.
We love you too.
And don't forget to tune in to what? Frozen
Cups and hot chips.
That's right.
Yes. Thank y'all. Hey, Black History Month, a nice segment with some great stories, and also just saluting those in our community who work hard, who just continue to give back. Salute to Trey again, my good frat brother who's doing amazing things with this program. Way to go, Owen Key and the entire KRSB network for just getting that impact. Remember, our youth are going to be the ones that are going to be taking care of us, and they're having an uphill battle, and the only ones that can really tell them anything about anything that they might know is what we can tell them, what those in front of us and before us can tell them. But if we don't tell them, they'll never know. So we just gotta, I ain't getting on on the podium, but we do gotta continue to reach back and just give. You gotta do something. If you see somebody hold a door for them, say something nice to them youngsters, them young bulls, as y'all say. Make sure you call them king, call them anything that they're not used to hearing, because sometimes you could be the only one that could put that energy in them. So that's it.
I absolutely agree.
And Okarel with the young boy reference and the Jordan reference today. So special. Listen, our next broadcast will be next week, the 15th of February, as the Vikings of Elizabeth City State.
Side John Day.
Yeah, Side John Day. Definitely Side John Day. And they'll be up here. That will be the last home game of the season for Lincoln. And then we have the CIAA tournament coming up the 21st through the 25th. You will not see KRSB there until the 22nd. And we will be there to cover. These Lincoln Lions are playing to get away from a Wednesday evening matchup. And that's what they're going to do. So, final score, Lincoln with the victory over the number 1 seed, Virginia Union Panthers, 85-77. So for Uncle Rel, KB Kia Bird, myself, we say so long and thank you for joining us here on the KRSB Network.
You're listening to the KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime, any play mobile media radio broadcast.